are not worth, you know, making content about. And when I say making content about, trying to make money about, I've seen some of BMT stuff, but I haven't been watching some of Scholar's content. And I'm gonna tell you, you know, I like there's a lot of stuff. I know a lot of stuff that I don't talk about, and a lot of stuff that I never allude to. And I'm gonna leave that at that about a lot of shit. Not as much as people be trying to accuse me of. Like, people be thinking I be just all in the mix behind the scenes. Like, nigga, I don't know what's with the conspiracy theories. But I'm listening to Messy's channel, right? And she's playing Anton. She played Skylar. And Skylar said some real dumbass shit. And I know you niggas are gonna, you may try to push this video to him. And if you, I really don't care. And I know I could have probably reached out to him myself. I'm choosing not to do that. Everything does not fucking belong on YouTube. Everything does not belong on YouTube. And I want to start this. Like, I could literally go into BMT's video when he interviewed me. Let me see if I can still find that. I'm not gonna show it now, but let me see if I can still find that. Um, I haven't like Googled my name in a long time. I tend to not Google my name because people, when I Google my name, you know, people be trying to put my name in the shit. I don't think that's happened in a while. But yeah. Yeah, shout out to Black Man's Option. Apparently he put my stuff with Charles Sauter. Yeah, yeah. So this is going all the way back to the Blog Talk days. Yo. The way, alright. This is like real raw. That's why I wanted to do it in live so it could hit my live folks. Look, I'm gonna say this. I go back and forth whether I want to do YouTube for real, for real, for real, for real in this niche. I really do. I really, 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 really do. Because I know how a lot of motherfuckers are, and I know what the stakes are, and I know, and I'm really trying to do this to help. By the way, FYI, I'm gonna be sharing a video from the Dumper. He did like a 5 mic video breaking down like pandering, and probably the best way I've seen anybody do it. Chef's Kiss video. Definitely you should check it out. Just be on the positive. And I appreciate BMT putting that video up with me 2 years ago. I wish he would have told me he did that, because that kind of proves that I kind of predate the Passport Bro situation. Black Man's Option. Okay, that's Black Man's Option. Oh, that's the Black Man's Option that did that. Okay. I need to help them brothers come up too. But yo, all right. So I'm listening to Messy's video, right? And you know, I'm communicating with her, and she's doing a good video. I mean, content's got a content. I mean, she's being fair. I'm not like, I expect people to be loyal to the truth, not loyal to men or loyal to women. So that definitely fits within bounds. I know she can't really see the phone, so she's kind of seeing some of the stuff I'm saying, but not all of it. But enough to know that I'm not just coming at it. But yo, Skylar says she played Skylar's video, and one MT, dude, you said something so fucking stupid. You said something so fucking stupid, and sometimes, man, like for real, yo. The thing about 1MT is, look, he's got a lot of subscribers. I got fucking 10,000. And I hate saying that shit, because the reality is, it's like, you gotta, if you build a certain platform, now motherfuckers listen. I don't give a fuck. But I understand that. But like, for him to sit here and say that niggas need to stop snitching, or to even allude to that commentary, and for anybody to think I'm making that up, like, I'll probably click where I saw it, and I may download this video and put it in the beginning of this video, but I really don't want to have to do all that. But my thing is, for you to get on here and to talk about not snitching, not so much. I know he's not saying that necessarily for Floyd, but talking about like buying box. And I like, do you niggas like, okay, maybe it's a lie, but I'm like, do you niggas actually really think about the shit that y'all be saying? Especially when y'all showing y'all face. Like I'm seeing videos talking about I left Brazil and I don't look, I don't know why these videos are being made. But it's like, yo, like for real. I do not want to have like come on man, light skin, you making light skin niggas look bad. I'm just like for real. Why would you, it's like you're actively traveling, you've been overseas. You should have a understanding of the threat level that that idea creates and how people will easily twist what is being said in order to use it against you. And a lot of the way y'all are moving. And when I say sloppy, it comes off as I know what some of y'all niggas are doing, and I'm just saying y'all are moving sloppy. No, it's kind of like I don't get it. I really don't get it. I really don't get it. So I'm sitting there listening to this. Let me organize my thoughts. So I'm sitting there listening to this, and she's playing a video, giving her opinion. And I'm gonna get on Anton being saucy as hell in a minute because Anton, I'm gonna get in on that in a minute because that's actually a greater point that I wanted to greater point that I'm gonna bring in some other stuff. But let's go through some. I want you to hear some of this because I don't want nobody to think that I'm throwing people under the bus unnecessarily. So let's go through this. Press 1 if you can hear like my audio. Press 1. Not my audio, but like from my computer. Because I'm gonna try to press 1. To go. And by the way, I want to make it very clear. Her commentary, I actually think, is very fair commentary based on what she knows about the situation. This is somebody that travels all the time herself as far as going on vacation stuff. She's gone live recent. She goes live recently all the time to the point where that shit ain't even like that's normal for her. Kudos to her and her success. Kudos to the growth of her channel. This is a very fair person. Am I, to a very fair person, So I listen to it. She's, cool. So this is not on any of the stuff she said. This is more of a response to some of the stuff I've heard her say because it's valid shit based on what I know she knows. And the frustrating, when I say I know she knows, she's getting information from outside looking in and how it looks. And it does look stupid. And I'm not even going to front. So this is more me because I couldn't really communicate as well like that in the chat because what reasons. So you know how this used to be. I just go live myself. So what's going on with Skylar? Y'all know him too? Okay, so this is somebody that does not know 1MT, does not know Skylar. It's like stuff that I could say. Like for instance, if you actually knew who he's connected to, ain't got nothing to do with Passport Bros, it would blow some of y'all's mind. But I gotta leave that there, because that's not my business. And that's not nothing bad. It's just you never know who's connected to who. And it ain't got nothing to do with YouTube either, what I'm talking about. But whatever. I believe in people's privacy and stuff. But see, so I want to go through this. Okay, y'all can hear it. So you saw it. This is the beginning. Because I want to be fair. I fuck with one master teacher. I think this is more what he did was, I think, dumb. But let's go through this.
All right, guys. I have left Rio, and I'm never returning. All right, with everything that's going on with this Passport Bro stuff, I decided to skedaddle. All right, so I let Don Banks know. I said, hey, man, you got the keys to the city. It's all yours now. All right, so I have a... Joe, why I gotta...
I mean... some things just don't need to be said. First of all, I don't know, man. I'm not... this isn't really what would be worthy of me doing a video. Because I saw these thumbnails and I was like, oh, wow, okay. But this looks like the guilty. Like, understand, this looks like the guilty running. Just understand, we know how it is with black men. like from a reasonable standpoint, somebody's not gonna give black men the benefit of the doubt or the white benefit of the doubt. Even this is like this looks like somebody running. This is what this looks like, especially this close to this situation. But this is not why I did this because I was kind of jumping in and out of this while I low key was. I was anyway.
Because of what's going on with Floyd Wallace motherfucking Jr.
Exactly. Now I didn't really hear this part. This is me hearing what she said for the first time. So this isn't. I heard this. I heard it kind of on the tail end, and then I was typing, and then
Why in the hell do I have to leave if something is going on with Floyd Wallace motherfucking Jr. if it ain't got nothing to do with me? Child, these people sounding crazy.
Now, granted, see, that's the thing. It looks like that. A reasonable person, especially, could come to that conclusion, even if they don't necessarily have an issue with Passport Bros. I can see like old school travelers coming to that conclusion. That's reasonable.
Child, these people is sounding crazy to me. Allegedly, because I don't know them. So these are my first
Exactly. You see what I said? And I promise you, I haven't heard her say this.
Impressions in their own words, from their own videos, from their own child.
And the reason why I'm doing this video is y'all like. Again, King Sigma, and shout out to King Sigma. He ain't really on YouTube like that, which is why I can kind of shout him out. He came up with this term. The way you all use this term, like the way what you all have, like if I would have came up with this fucking term, I promise you niggas, I would have built this channel up and I would have fucked y'all shit up for fucking my shit up like this. If I would have came up with this term, shout out to the SY. I forget the dude that came up with SYSBM. Put his name in the chat and I'll link it. I'll put his name in the chat and I'll say it. I'm blanking on the term, his name. But I remember when SYSBM used to be real sensitive. And I respect it. I never got mad at that part. But they used to be real sensitive about how you use the name and all this shit. And if you weren't really down for it, they would really come for your ass. Like, for real. And this is why I always used to kind of say Xanatopes Clutch. Like, I support SYSBM, but as an option, but this is why I used to always delegate that to Clutch. Because Clutch to me is a great representative of the mentality that an SYSBM not only does represent, but should represent. Especially somebody that's not already like in a relationship. Because you got people like Supreme King Kung and them, they're already married. So yeah. But boy, yeah, y'all fucked my shit up like this. This would have been a problem.
Going on, these people crazy. They looking crazy.
And remember, Skylar's one of the bigger creators. Like it's only like a couple creators bigger than him that would even claim this. And I got like a whole bunch of stuff I can say behind, like not behind the scenes, but stuff I can say in the past. Because the reality is, I predate this. Like when I was trying, like this. I go all the way back to Charles Tyler and stuff like that. As far as in between the Al Grease, Charles Tyler, and this. And this is not to say, it's not about a hashtag. I've said this before, I'm going to say it again. It's about the idea of black men traveling. And what's happened is Passport Bros has become synonymous with buying pussy. And the reality is, this idea of sex tourism, this idea of sexual weaponry, because people are always going to, go conspiratorial and manipulate. If they don't like it's just like how people are used to celebrating death now, people dying. If people really don't like something, like for instance, now if you date somebody, if you're like 35 and you date a 23-year-old, you're a pedophile. People, and really, like back in the day, if you call somebody a pedophile, that was grounds to beat your ass. Because you are literally calling down violence. And I'm going to keep it real. I'm just going to say it straight up. Back in the day, like in the 80s and early 90s, that was grounds to slap shit out of a chick if she called somebody a pedophile and they wasn't no pedophile. That was grounds, or get your sister to do it. That was grounds for me putting my hands on you. And so now, people, and this ain't even about, like, the truth is, Floyd disavowed Passport Bros. Because Floyd was never a real Passport Bro. What Floyd was somebody that saw a hashtag and took advantage of the hashtag. Just like how with Black Lives Matter, we know Black Lives Matter today for the 3 lesbians that got the AstroTurf money. But people forget about the dudes that died under mysterious. It was quite a few dudes that really was pushing heterosexual men that were pushing Black Lives Matter for the police brutality stuff before the AstroTurf money that like 3 or 4 of them mysteriously died. See, people forget about those folks. And people forget that Black Lives Matter was a hashtag, not just an organization. Passport Bros is not an organization. It's not a clique. It's not just like how the manosphere, people have different ideologies within it, but it's not a clique. Like, for instance, people will say Myron is in the manosphere, and because he's black, he's in the black manosphere. But what Myron does and what I do, what somebody else does, is completely different. It's not even the same. It's almost like comparing Destiny and Charlie Kirk and saying, well, they both talk about, they're both political influencers, so therefore, like, it's the same thing. And people will use, it's important to understand this, because you have to understand that whenever we do something, we have to be better. Because of stuff like this can be easily weaponized. If somebody that has a channel, it's a responsibility that goes there. And then, I really went at Austin too for this. Because Austin is running too. And this is like, okay, now you got Austin running. Skylar's making videos like he's running. And this is the stuff that a lot of the naysayers was talking about, by the way. Anyway, let's go.
Ran myself out of Rio after this.
And the reason why I'm doing it this way is because her stuff is still live.
That happened with the passport, bro. I decided and I said, there's too much stress. You guys know I'm retired. I'm an old dog. So, you know what? I'm here in Texas right now. Me and my mom actually just took a look at some houses in Waxahachie. And we're going to close out before the end of the year. That way I can get me a discount on the house. So I'm done. All right. Now, I will be doing a video on Phantasm about this whole situation and what people are telling me that's on the ground. All right. So you don't want to miss that. If you're a Phantasm guy, that's going to be uploaded today. But I do have some announcements that I want to make. And I need you guys.
Yeah. And the thing is, though, and again, he's talking to his people. But the way it looks like is it looks like this is an enclosed ecosystem. And again, I'm not going to fault him for that, because I have this kind of conversation when it comes to the manosphere. Like, for example, people will say because Messi checks the women that she must be in the manosphere. I call them the Black Female Accountability Department, because really they do stuff on their own. It's not really an enclosed ecosystem where we're sending emails or stuff like that. It's not like that, but people will make it like that because they want to believe that. It's not like that, but I can understand why somebody would think that listening to him. And if somebody that has a big channel, you have a different responsibility when it comes to how to represent stuff. And this is true for BMT. This is true for Zoom to Thailand. And these people have it disassociated from this hashtag. Passport Heavy is not a passport bro. Never been associated with it. He does his own thing. Passport Kings predates all of that. He does his own thing. Y'all probably don't even know who I'm talking about. And so, let's be clear. The reason why these people use this hashtag is so they can amplify their own channels. They don't really give anything to it. And this is not just Sky. This is everybody. Because none of y'all came up with the name. Only one person came up with the name. And all y'all picked that shit up and y'all ran with it. It was and then it was, I forget, the other dude that was like one of the first ones to really run with it. But he's cool. He actually did it the way it needed to be done. But his TikTok channel kept getting knocked out. Yes, Jonas is who I'm talking about. He's cool. But a lot of y'all really bastardize this. And I'm very disappointed. Y'all use this in order to amplify y'all own YouTube channels. And it's almost like what the streamers do, where it becomes it's this ridiculousness, not understanding like why we even came up with these hashtags and stuff. We did this to memeify and stuff so we can get to as much black men as possible in order to let them know options. Buying pussy is not what a passport bro was supposed to be. Now that happens, but truth be told, again, most of your women that are traveling are buying, at least half, or about these girls' trips. Do not believe that these girls' trips are just them hanging out. Do not believe that. Especially when they go in groups. Do not believe that. But again, nobody's in these hoes business like that. These chicks could go to a trip and come back. One of them don't come back and is dead. And it's not going to get as big of a deal as like this stuff. But a lot of y'all are not helping with this.
To help you, okay? I need your help. My rent payment.
Fair use.
I paid up my rent in Ipanema up until November of 2026. So my apartment right by the beach is going to be completely empty. All right, so I'm gonna.
Yeah, somebody said, yes, Jonas want to label Blue Book gentlemen. Yo, honestly, man, my thing that I've always said, all you niggas are the same because all you niggas are traveling. Anybody that actually believes that the brands are mean different things, to me, is fucking stupid. And I would say, now, I'm not saying it to you, because, yes, you're right. Yes, Jonas, I do remember he was talking about Blue Book gentlemen. But the reality is, niggas that travel are a threat to black women's sexual sovereignty. That's how a lot of black women see it, and it's not something they got to be clicked up on because it's a female nature thing. Protect resources and male energy and resources and male human resources. So this goes right up against like the heart of female nature. So women are just gonna instinctually feel some type of way about it, especially if they on that female identified gender war shit. It doesn't have to be something that really has to be discussed. And women will call anything that these are a lot of these same women will sit here and support R. Kelly, but then turn around. And I'm not talking about her. I'm talking about in the general climate. And it's like, look, dudes have been in this space way too long to be making mistakes like this. Like as far as how y'all handling it, for real, like straight up.
Somebody as a caretaker to stay at my apartment. Okay, but I do have some.
And now, one thing that I want to say straight up on the Floyd situation, and this is not to pass blame, but this is just what it is. At the end of the day, Brazil, and I don't give a fuck. I'll say it straight up, and I said on my last stream, Floyd is in these databases as like a known criminal. Floyd, number one, Floyd shouldn't be able to get a passport. But to that extent, Floyd definitely shouldn't have been able to get a visa into the country. It was known. Now, because when I say known, I'm talking about that he was a known criminal. This stuff wasn't known. But I'm talking about as far as his record, he was in databases as far as somebody that's always in shit in general. And so I don't know if that they set that up because they trying to do some greater stuff, just to give somebody a benefit of the doubt. He's one of these people that's allowed to maneuver in certain ways because they trying to connect dots. I'm going to give the Brazilian government, the benefit of the doubt on that. I'll throw that out there too. But at the same time, understand that this is like not some dude that was under the radar. This is not some dude that, but nobody was like, again, this is why I don't click with people, man. This is why I don't do that shit. Because at the end of the day, if I don't know you, and you want some goofy shit, we know how it is with black men. They will always try to make it. We know that white men are doing this shit all over. And it's not, and they're not gonna, it's, again, white school shootings. It's always an isolated incident. That's a perfect example. Now let one black dude start shooting up one school, and we know what time it is. Laws are gonna all of a sudden change. We know that. But anyway.
Let me just describe the apartment. That way you guys can kind of understand. If you're interested in taking my...
Oh, he really ran, y'all. Allegedly. He really ran. How you gonna have rent? Child, let me tell y'all something. I know it's probably not expensive, allegedly, in Brazil. But child, what I'm not doing is paying up rent for basically a year, and then I'm running. What are we running for? What are we doing? What is going on right now? Child, these are the representatives of the passport bros. Listen, don't get mad at me because these are your representatives looking crazy with each one that freaking speaks. Why am I leaving?
And the problem is, and see, this is where, again, she don't know this, but his channel ain't just, his channel's a finance channel too. Like, this isn't politics where people are elected with their videos. But again, I understand the perception. And this is, and like, this video shouldn't have, this you're going to make this fucking video, this should have been made on a Patreon. Personally, I'm talking about Skylar. This should have been made on fucking Patreon. This shouldn't have been made on YouTube where people can click it up, go through it.
Shit to do with me. Romanati said, I never seen one ninja on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, whatever, and said, yeah, he got swag. I ain't seen one with swag yet. Okay, Austin Holloman has some swag, child. But other than that, I ain't seen one with swag yet. Not near one. Not near one. And we've been watching.
Because most of the guys, well, I mean, people could talk about Don Banks, whatever. But the truth is, most of these guys, a lot of guys that travel are traditionally married men that are married and they got divorced. So they got kids, they did all that. Those are not going to be the swagalicious guys. 1MT is a former Air Force. So, Air Force niggas are not going to typically be swagged up. So, yeah, it's not street dudes like that. Our dudes are going to typically be associated with swag. So that's the thing. And, this is where the thing gets kind of funny. Because when people talk about, oh, well, dudes are swagged up. Well, if that's what you're dealing with, well, then take what comes with that. When all these women complain about what these men don't do, which, by the way, she calls out, it's like, what you picking. You picking swag, you picking, like, the sexual currency over everything. And it's just like if a dude is dealing with a stripper and wants to complain about a stripper, or dudes that deal with Summer Walker, you know what you're dealing with. If you know what you're dealing with, I don't know where the complaining is coming from. And again, these dudes ain't swag. With talking about somebody is not quote unquote swagged out. Because remember, he didn't, Skylar was in London for like 10 years. But coming from, again, this is a cultural thing. And so what happens is swag don't build. So most of the time when you see niggas that, they lean heavily on swag, typically they either they're not building typically. That's not always true. But let's, but whatever. My point is, again, why is it so much energy? Not with this video. This video has more to do with the extension of Floyd. But when everybody's doing all these videos, like in the past, I'm talking particularly on TikTok, when people are constantly trying to dredge up the passport bros, again, why is it so much energy there if these dudes are swagged, they're lame, they're all of that? Because it's a threat. Obviously that's not why this video is being made. This video is being made to kind of go through the situation, but it's really more so to get to Anton and what Anton said. Why is Anton saying the stuff he's saying? And then let's go through some stuff that led up to what Anton was talking about. That's what her commentary is about. I want to be fair to that. But I'm talking about the overall situation. Just like how we can say, a lot of these chicks to be going to Jamaica and stuff like that is fat. You don't see black men worried about that. So because men aren't thinking about resources leaving. Women are. And that's what a lot of these black men have to understand. Like, this is a mortal threat. If this stuff were to become popular, remember, Michael Bazin would travel for people who had swag. Tom Joyner, not so much. So that's not really true. But what happens is, this thing is like we're trying to sell this shit to people. At the end of the day, this is just an option like anything else. You don't want to travel? Don't. Like, my first thing is, niggas will ask me, why should I travel? Don't. You shouldn't. I don't get anything for you traveling. This ain't no network marketing program. Now, some niggas are trying to do YouTube, but you be told most of these niggas don't do enough views to warrant that, especially the way they go about it. And honestly, I would go about it differently, because I would use the traveling thing to augment a different type of channel. But that's just me. I don't have these type of subscribers, so I'll leave that there.
Watching these ninjas for what, 3 days now? I know that's a short amount of time. He ain't.
And I've said this before. I'm gonna say this again. One thing that with Passport Bros is there is no consequences to really coming at Passport Bros. If you're seen as somebody that hates Passport Bros, there's no consequences. No matter how bad black women are and how evil certain black women say with the KKK stuff, or kill black male babies or all this stuff, let's be clear. If you're considered that you're always hammering black women, nobody is going to think all black women are bad. I don't care how far along on that trail you are. So there's a penalty to being on that side. Now, there's less of a penalty for women to be on some absolute misandry, because the whole culture is baked in that. But there's not with Passport Bros. Even if you're somebody that you're more in the middle, or you more lean on me, this is a video Danica Marie could easily make. This is and she has, like, from what I understand, about 85 to 90 percent male subscribers, black male subscribers, or male subscribers. Any woman can make this. Even or this is a video Reva TV could make. So Passport Bros is now becoming this thing where we can hammer this shit. We can hammer this shit and then be seen as, look, I hold men accountable too. That's what Passport Bros essentially is. Even outside of the Floyd thing, because people were low-key doing that, it just wasn't at this widespread because the Floyd situation obviously, news. So I get that part. That's the fault of y'all. Y'all let that happen. And this is some shit that I told y'all could happen. I said that like 3 years ago. I remember when I was talking to Black BMT. And he was interviewing me, and I said this shit. And them niggas got mad at me because they thought I was, just coming at Passport Bros. Them niggas was tender as hell. And I get it. I understand. You should sound like you one of them, like you just trying to massage your way in it, into the, being against Passport Bros. No, I understood because I knew who actually came up with the fucking term. I understood how this stuff could be. Whenever black men congregate as a group, it makes us very vulnerable to stuff like this. All it takes is one. Black Panthers, COINTELPRO, it always takes just one. And I warned them. I said, y'all got to be smart. And I'm not trying, and I'm not putting this just on BMT, but what I'm not even saying he's like the worst or anything like that. But my point is, and you would think the dudes with the most to lose, which is the dudes with the bigger channels, and again, BMT's channel isn't as big as like Skylar's or like Zuna Thailand, stuff like that, which I ain't heard anything from Zuna Thailand, but I'm just saying, you would think these people would check that shit. Now, is this somebody's responsibility? Because keep in mind, you're talking about people that's traveling all over the world. It's like this is not a network. This is not a network. It really isn't. So this idea that like this is a network and people are traveling together, that's one of the things that's funny about black men. Black men actually typically don't travel together because you can't really count on niggas, especially if you're dealing with niggas that don't travel like that. And even if niggas do travel, niggas do it on their own time. So you can't really count on that. So this shit, a lot of niggas operate independently and maybe so come together if they're already there. But this idea that there's like these massive, you got niggas that want to travel, and then you got niggas that travel, but they ain't got no platform like that. Like, they ain't built no YouTube channel. And then you got niggas that they got bigger platforms that it can fund some of their travel. That's really what it is. But this idea that there's this like big ass network, this big ass organization where money is being funneled up, it's bullshit. But again, with black men, it's easy. This is what I mean when I say it's easy to come at black men. And I'm not trying to paint it as that, but y'all make this shit way easy, man.
Run abroad to buy box because he a weird
Fucking his best friends.
I think that might be what they actually the same, right? We know they
so all these niggas have been hitting this drum beat that all these niggas are just buying box, which is actually not true. It's not true that every nigga is doing that. That's actually not true. But that's what they want to paint people as because they don't want you to leave. Because they want you to just deal with them. And I've said it before, I'm going to say it again. These same motherfuckers be buying box in the United States. That's the crazy part about it. But if you not go buy from them, look, man, you got that situation with Ty Lil. That Ty Lil just caught literally a sex assault allegation that he could have just paid off for $2,000. Bitch seldom. This is a bitch that's a singer. So Melissa Ford. So this idea that it's like box don't get bought. Hell, it was a bitch that said straight up that Anton would have been tricking. If Anton would be in today's dating market, Anton would be coughing up money. Let's cut the bullshit. So it's this idea of apparently the issue is not about buying box. The issue really is about buying box that's not from black women. That's really the issue. But especially in this economy, they're going to consider that a mortal threat because niggas don't think for themselves and niggas want the women's validation because you niggas are weak as hell and not really matriarchs for real. Y'all got a matriarchal spirit where if the woman don't validate your shit, it's just what it is. Then y'all will throw other men under the bus and this is just a convenient thing to do this. I'm going to get to Anton in a second. And again, I'm more talking about in general. This video is just what I'm using to do that because it's right in front of me.
All ain't the same because it's never an all. So anybody can struck a million. I mean, does it get you? Are just making content, baby. She said he's telling on himself, baby. She said baby. It sounds crazy. Now can I get a?
You're gonna get my attention because I'm gonna try to figure out who is legit and who ain't legit.
Child, these people. Does it get you millions somewhere? And I missed the meeting because child, I get another one. Y'all let me know. Y'all let me know. Ms. AB. She said he's telling on himself, self-deport in silence. It sounds crazy. Now can I get a pass?
That's how you're gonna get my attention because I'm gonna try to figure out who is legit and who ain't legit.
Child, these people are just making.
So now what he said is I'm gonna go through my Patreon to see who legit and who ain't legit.
Are just making content.
Department, you gotta sign up to my Discord. Link is in the description box, by the way. That's how you're gonna get my attention because I'm gonna try to figure out who is legit and who ain't legit.
Child, these people are just making content.
So now he's talking about going to his Discord. I think he was talking about Patreon too. Who's legit and who ain't legit. I guess that's assuming that people are going into these back rooms like hunting for content. Y'all should have been modding this content. Y'all should have been moderating your content. Assume, I don't care if a Patreon is private. Assume, like, just like with this is again a reason why I don't let a whole bunch of people in my Patreon. Honestly, if somebody were to sneak in my Patreon and get past my firewall, I regulate my stuff. And my people know what to post and what not to post. Because I have a standard on what I want to post. So I'm not worried about anything. And for the most part, I'm like 95% of anything I put even in my Telegram and stuff, I could stand on. The other stuff, I mean, it ain't really hard. It ain't something I couldn't stand on, but yeah.
Now listen, as a content creator, I get it. As a former masterminder, shout out to the masterminders in TLA. But y'all, while we know everything is content, everything is not content.
Exactly.
Got nothing to do with it. You need to be
a 24-hour door guy. The guy, there's haircuts.
Like, this is the type of stuff to kind of make something seem is like 007-ish or more mysterious than what the fuck it is. You know, and it's like everything ain't for YouTube, y'all.
You can walk to the beach, all the fancy restaurants. So if you do have a date, right, you can just walk. You don't have to take an Uber. It's a very great location. Okay.
Well, why you leave?
Doorman, 24-hour door guy. The floors are not too high, so you don't have to worry about going up crazy.
This ain't what really got me mad.
And you got my PlayStation 5. And I just bought a damn new Tempur-Pedic mattress and 2 memory foam pillows.
All the more reason why did you leave it?
This is my only.
That shit ain't cheap.
For my spot, and also on every third.
Dude, you can spend $4,000 a month on an apartment in Brazil, especially if you in like higher end areas. So, you know, a lot of people, anybody telling me they traveling because of cost of living, I'm not, obviously, I don't think you should pay the same as in America. But if you telling me that, that's telling me you're not ready to travel. That's what that's telling me. I mean, yeah, Xanato's Clutch used to be one of the main ones, and I acknowledge his points, but I used to, defend you niggas. Used to defend you niggas. You know, Xanatos, I ain't trying to call Xanatos the feds, but Xanatos be operating like a special agent talking about these Negroes, putting a damn case file, on my desk. Talk about you need to look at these Negroes, man. And I'm sitting here trying to defend you niggas. So, whenever I put myself in a position where I'm defending you niggas and you niggas do something stupid, I'm the worst one. I'm always going to be the first one to come at y'all motherfuckers. Because I don't hide behind. Yeah, Mad Bus Drivers who came up with SYSBM. I always like to say that. Mad Bus Driver X. Yeah, so you niggas don't get mad at me like I'm trying to. Xanatos said SYSBM didn't do any favors by keeping it very rigid numbers. But yeah, they didn't. But honestly, I think, in the long run, it probably did a little bit more help than damage. Because you look at like people like the newer generations coming into that is protected versus if niggas come in here and fuck it up. Xanatos said, and to be honest, I bet Skylar is trolling about leaving Brazil as he gives. He could be trolling, but this is an irresponsible way to troll because it doesn't come off as trolling. The trolling, you have to have a certain parody about it. So he absolutely could be trolling. In my opinion, it doesn't come off as trolling. And it could be, I was trolling to see how many niggas would come against me. Man, if motherfuckers missed me with that bullshit, I don't give a fuck about Floyd being slow and retarded. I don't care. Because that's not you like we got it. Number one, I'm gonna tell you my philosophy is when it comes to stuff like this, I don't believe in that. I didn't believe in that when that dude stabbed that white woman, because we're gonna deal with the penalty anyway, like he wasn't. Myron's an Arab, he doesn't even look black. What the fuck? Myron says nigga. So what you saying is Myron should get his ass beat for saying nigga? What are you talking about? Woody, bro? Myron is an Arab. He doesn't even look black. What the fuck? Myron has a what Arab got waves? What Arab got waves? Myron is Sudanese and Sudanese, which is combination of African and Arab. Just like how Trinis are a combination, can be a combination of Indian and black or African. What are you talking about? You hear Myron say nigga, 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 nigga. What are you talking about? Arabs are considered white. Are you saying that Myron is white? Stop that, man. You know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. I talk shit, said Myron isn't black at all. So why does he say nigga? Myron even says, Myron doesn't say he's just an Arab. Myron even says he's black. Why do you think nobody ever says anything about him saying nigga? Why do you think nobody ever calls him out on that? Did you ever think about that? Yes, Myron is part Arab. But Myron is not an all full Arab. Even Arabs would say that. Y'all know what fucking Arabs look like. Stop acting like Myron is a variation of Arabs. The Sudanese, they let the Sudanese play that game to a certain extent because I guess somebody's got to be at the bottom and they're Muslim. So whatever. But you think the fucking Emiratis would say they're the same? Come on, man. Come on, man. Stop that. If these so-called losers were not a big deal, why do they keep talking? Exactly, Russia. They do, because it's a threat. And notice how nobody never says that. Nobody never says that passport, because, the quiet part doesn't need to be said. And again, Messie's talking about this because it's Floyd's story and all these niggas with big channels are saying goofy ass shit. That's why she talking about it. So this is a different situation. But I'm talking about the overall climate, like what I've been talking about. And I mean, I'm sorry, a reasonable person will ask, why are you running? And then you make a video basically validating what they already want to think. I don't understand how you expect a reasonable person to come with any other conclusion. Skylar doesn't need to troll. I mean, the views are not that important. I told you niggas, it takes 15,000 views is $100. Is it really that important in a situation like this? Well, she's saying Austin compared to every other Passport Bro, but Passport Bros is about not accepting dealing in black culture like that. So yeah, it makes sense because swag is a value of black culture. Swag is not really a value outside of black culture. I mean, I'm just saying, how many black conservatives do you know got swag? Straight, I mean, honest, there are some, but like for real though. Like that's considered like coons or on the white apologist side. That's not what they're calling with.
You are not allowed to sleep in my bed. That's the only requirement that I have. I have a real phobia about other people sleeping in my bed, so you're gonna have to sleep on the couch.
How would the hell no? How in the hell you listen?
Shout out to the Crypto Gang podcast. Black men know they are not protected abroad, and allegations true about can end of us. These thumbnails and titles can get us deleted. So I understand the concern. Yeah. Sorry for taking so long to read your thumbnail. That's absolute facts. I'm gonna say it again. Shout out to the Crypto Gang podcast for $10. Black men know they are not protected abroad, and allegations true or false can be the end of us. These thumbnails and titles can get us deleted. So I understand the concern. Understand they're not gonna delete white men. Because white men, even whether it's Trump or not, no matter who's in president, because that can be that's not, no, they're not going to do that. They may lock him up, but they're not going to do that. They usually going to get the diplomats or the State Department to give up something to get that white man out. Or at best, they'll lock him up like they did some of the dudes that've been doing all these pranks. Because it's not just Johnny Somali. It's like another dude, I think, in the Philippines is getting caught up. But with black men, if black people, I mean, you saw that with black women. like black women got murdered in Gambia. So you know if they willing to disappear black women, they'll disappear black men. And so it's kind of like y'all niggas, it's crazy. Y'all niggas, it's like what the fuck, y'all, you know.
Here talk about a Tempur-Pedic.
Shout out to Jet Black. Why would Sistren think it's okay to collectively go to Jamaica to smash Raw, and it's wrong a black man to marry non-black women in Southeast Asia if it's not reproductive hatred? Yeah, well, see, that doesn't get talked about, and I'm gonna keep it real with you. That's Passport Bro's fault. That's Passport Bro's fault for not bringing that up. They chose to do the black explain shit and to ignore the shit rather than doing how the people did with the T app and call them on their bullshit. You know, whether they're going to DR to get, you know, surgery done because they too fucking broke to do it in the United States. Whether it's, you know, shit like that. These niggas, like, there's ways to make content fighting that. I'm not about to do it because I'm not currently traveling. And truth be told, the way I would go about this, I wouldn't go about this way. I'm not gonna say exactly what I would do, but I wouldn't go about this way. Because again, I come from an older version of black men traveling. So the people that I would click in with, like brand myself with, would not be connected to what this is. And then I might deal with a couple people here or there, like Zoom to Thailand, people that know how to chill the fuck out for the most part. You know, love across borders, beautiful lives, people like that. And honestly, I would deal with them on some other shit too, to let them know it ain't just about that.
And 2 Tempur-Pedic pillows, then turn around talking about you can't sleep in your bed, but you want somebody to take your shit over because you had to leave.
Exactly, Jet Air. And by the way, Jet Black Air is our resident Muslim and Middle Eastern expert, subject matter expert in our channel. He literally teaches in actual Saudi Arabia, the kingdom. So he's over there, not just talking. I don't know why you niggas, like, you look at them Sudanese. Stop it, man.
Leave suddenly.
They even Somali, you could get away with Somalis looking more Arab, maybe even Ethiopians, which they're not. But come on.
If you paid it up and you got a new bed and you got new pillows and you got a bed.
So if you're interested, I have a phobia about ninja sleeping in
here because content is everything. Everything is content.
Okay, I'm gonna make sure that the couch is completely clean. I'm gonna hire them to shampoo it for you guys because you know whatever, and you can sleep on the couch, but you will not sleep in any of the beds because, like I said, I have a phobia about ninja sleeping in my beds. Okay, so if you're interested in staying at my apartment, I need you to join my Discord and let it be known. And also another rule: you cannot be a passport bro. Okay, no passport.
And what make it so, see, what I don't like is people jumping in and out of paths. Like, Austin did this, Skylar did this. You know, where people are jumping in and out of passport bros. You know, where it's kind of like what these niggas do has nothing to do with them. Like, technically, Floyd wasn't a passport bro. See, it don't matter if these people. This is why when people talk about blue blood, all this other bullshit, nigga, if you call yourself a name, like shout out to Yes Jonas, but if you call yourself a blue blood gentleman, they're just gonna be like, oh, you just a rebranded passport bro. It's like the fucking KKK and the skinheads. It's the same thing. It's the fucking skin. Y'all may look a little, you know, KKK like wearing hoods. Y'all like, you know, having buzz cuts. It's the same shit. Get the fuck out of here. That's exactly what they're gonna think, and they're gonna apply. This is propaganda is very powerful, and if you don't manage it well, black men should be the experts of this shit. Because again, you saying you're not a passport bro, nigga. If you're traveling, not to mention talk about, yeah, man, I'm back with my mom in my mom's house. Oh my god, man.
Wait,
so you have to be a non-passport bro.
You are leaving your brothers behind. Ain't he a passport bro, y'all?
Exactly. See what I'm saying? I promise you, I didn't listen to this first. I was casually looking at this later on.
Skylar something or other. Ain't he a passport bro? Ain't he a passport bro? So how he turning on his people? Child, the D9ers would never. Or bros, and you running because of what's going on with Floyd Wallace motherfucking Jr. I don't know why I keep forgetting.
And the thing about it is, that makes it so funny. The manosphere don't even fuck with each other like that. But you let one nigga do something, and all of a sudden, everybody did it. Everybody got to be accountable because there's this idea that that's what we're proliferating. Is this thing like it's bullshit? I mean, the bitches got way more shadow networks behind the scenes than we got because a lot of them get funded by women, white women. A lot of them got shadow sites. Like it's I don't even be wanting to uncover all that shit because I ain't really in that shit like that. But goddamn, like the T app, fucking is this my man Facebook groups. Don't even get me started on the sperm bank Facebook groups for these bitches to get fucked by somebody to get a baby. Like, dude, get the like. And again, black men don't even work together like that. That's what's so funny. What's so funny is black men are some of the least working with each other ass motherfucking men on the planet. Yet somehow we always get lumped into everything by how we move and how we act.
In his name, Floyd Wallace, motherfucking Jr. What am I missing? What am I missing?
It was the same thing Jay Rello. I didn't know who these motherfuckers are. And all they got to do is install somebody. And if they just have a picture seen with you, now all of a sudden, all this other bullshit.
Child, from one crazy ass conversation to allegedly, or might pay for probably a little bit more so he can make some coin while he's going off to work because he had to leave because of Floyd Wallace motherfucker. Go sleep on the couch,
bro, and you can't sleep in my bed. You got to sleep on the couch. Those are my requirements. Also, you're gonna get access to my Fernando phone. Okay, now this is the Fernando phone.
Oh my god, oh my god. This isn't what had me make the video. I'm trying to get to why I made this video.
Don't know what the Fernando phone is. Basically, this phone is preloaded with WhatsApp with all of my baddies.
This nigga said you will get a phone that's preloaded with a WhatsApp of all of his baddies. I'm gonna have to fax Xanatos the paperwork. This nigga needs to get wrote up. Cause this nigga needs to be wrote. I need to issue some kind of write up cause you making light skinned niggas look bad. You really are. What the fuck, man? Whenever a light-skinned nigga gets wrote up, you need at least 2 co-signatures. We can't just write each other up for nothing. I need at least 2 co-signatures. This nigga need to be wrote the fuck up. This nigga said a phone. It looks like an iPhone too. A preloaded bitch. Oh my god, yo, man. Jesus loves you. Oh god. Jesus loves you. Alright. That's not why I did this video though.
I'm giving it to you.
Lord.
Yeah, oh man.
Your people. Is this supposed to entice somebody? Gentlemen, Sassy Straits, all of y'all all in. He had to go because of Floyd Wallace motherfucker.
Again, this is some shit that needs to be on Patreon. Or you need to send this to an email list, and this is an unlisted video. This ain't worth the views. This ain't. In fact, let me check and see. Because honestly, his channel is low key been growing. I mean, their channel's been growing. Yeah, he's got 89,000 subs. No More Rio. It's got 21,000 views. That means it's about $115. so far in 2 days. I mean, that ain't. Hey man, what do I know? I do see him making other videos though. Come on, man, you doing the same fucking video. Okay, I do see him. Okay, he is kind of doing what I would have thought he should do, which is making videos on different topics. But damn, nigga, I can't be mad at the same look. But goddamn, yeah, and that's probably why his channel's growing out. Think about it. But I love Rhea living my mind. Yeah, this is content. Oh my god, man. But nigga, you kind of making everything look. Oh Jesus fucking Christ, man.
Join his Discord, get an interview. Don't be a passport bro. Is this a joke?
No, it's not. This is why niggas can't have anything. I see what he's doing. I see the bet he's making, and I don't agree with it. But we're not at why I did the video. I see the bet that he's making. Niggas, I see what he's doing. But this ain't it, man. This ain't it. Like I said, man, if I came up with Passport Bros and y'all niggered my shit like this, I'd be hacking y'all shit, like for real, man. Y'all wouldn't be having these channels.
Yeah, I know we living in the Truman Show right now.
I know what he's doing. I know what he's doing. He's betting. I know what he's doing. I got an idea what he's doing. But this is still stupid.
But y'all, is this a joke? This is your interview.
You literally do not have to do anything. You can just
interview.
See, this don't make sense from the outside looking in, but I get what he's doing.
Don't be a passport bro. Is this a joke? Yeah, is I know we living in the Truman Show right now, but y'all, is this a joke?
What's that? There's probably at least 500 good girls in here. Country girls, family girls in this phone. And you literally, to be honest with you, you literally do not have to do anything. You can just set this bad boy and just wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning and you're going to get messages of ladies that want to see you. So you're going to get access to the Fernando phone. Okay?
It's not just it is a content strategy now that I've looked at his channel, but it didn't have to be this way, man. That's all I got to say. It really did it. It really did it. It really did it. It didn't have to be this way. And we're still not why I did the video yet.
The casino.
Why would women get up in the morning and say, I want to see you, and not know who's on the other side? Lord, this does not help the cause. In my opinion, this does not help.
You're going to get access to the Fernando phone. And like I said, I upgraded. I had a iPhone 12 Pro. You're going to get the iPhone 17 Pro Max Fernando phone.
Yeah, that looked like that. 'Cause my brother has that same phone. I mean, my brother's 29, so you know these bitches in there, the fucking iPhone
version. Okay, so like I said, no more Rio.
You know, Xanatos, I typically don't support flagging. I wouldn't say 70%, but I definitely understand what you're talking about. Like, I would definitely be regulating people saying that they're passport bros. And normally I wouldn't do that, but I would definitely be like, no.
The block is too hot. Okay? Don Banks got the keys to the city.
Some of this is kind of it is, but you gotta understand, you're dealing with people. You're dealing with people that, dude.
What does the block being hot have to do with you, though, Skylar? I don't get it. I mean, technically, the block is hot, no matter where most of us probably are, somewhere near. I mean, I'm
an old dog. I'm retired. I said, look, I don't want to deal with any more of this stress. So I'm in my mama's basement right now. Like I said, looking for a house. Gonna do some traveling around the U.S. Speaking of which.
Oh, he came back to the United States. He came back to U.S. of A. that quick. Wow. Child, did you delete the messages in that?
Because
and what are them girls gonna say when they call up and somebody like the Brazilian oppressor says, "I'm gonna need you to come in"? Then what? Woo! Lord help your people. Does this all them baddies in the phone after collecting all those baddies after paying up
to the casino in Arizona, in Phoenix? They had a couple foldables in there. Maybe, and this is from a guy that is coming from Rio. We were walking around the casino. Me and my brother, we was like, I wasn't blown away. Okay, I wasn't blown away like I am when I'm in Brazil walking the beach, but I wasn't disappointed either.
But the point is, here's the thing, Ezreal, that you don't fucking understand about trolling. If people want to take the shit as serious to weaponize it against you, that shit don't matter. That shit don't matter. That don't mean nothing. They can pretend it ain't a troll if they want to do it. That's what you not understanding. And that's what it kind of tells me. A lot of y'all niggas don't really understand like how y'all are being viewed because y'all got a world view problem. Y'all don't really understand the threat that this like poses if like niggas traveling ever caught fire. Fuck buying bots. I'm just talking, because truth be told, you can buy bots in the United States. And it ain't as expensive as people think in this economy. Look, this idea that, like, you know, people, niggas, all of a sudden, none of these bitches are doing 50-50, but ain't no niggas giving up any money for the pussy. I don't understand how those two things can exist. Somebody's lying.
So if any of you bros are in Phoenix right now, please.
But at the end of the day, this is not worth a video to troll, because at the end of the day, let's keep it all the way real. You're trolling over somebody that's being accused of trafficking children. That's not something to troll on. You see, a lot of people was like, that happened before. So we've been through this before. So I don't know why y'all acting like, you know, this ain't the thing to troll with. So when people be like, "Oh, you just trolling," the reality is, you say he's trolling. He is either in the United States or not in the United States. If he's in the United States, then he actually left. So where's the troll? I mean, I'm talking about for somebody that they want to believe this shit. Like, niggas, oh, he trolling. They don't care. No. This ain't being covered. I mean, it's plausible he could be trolling. I understand what he's kind of doing, but it's kind of like everything don't need to be spoke on. Like, for instance, when Austin went through what he went through, which was nowhere near what this was. Austin went through what he went through because he was showing videos, asking a couple of questions that they didn't like. Skylar didn't take this approach. Skylar chastised him, and I supported that. He didn't troll. So why would you troll with a serious situation like this? I'm not saying what you're saying is wrong. I'm saying that's stupid, which is my point. Over $100, by the way. This video will probably do what, 2, maybe 3 or 400. Is it really worth that? When you got a Patreon, when you got like other revenue sources, some things don't need to be spoke on. I know that, Ezra. See, this is you wanting to be right rather than understanding what I'm talking about. So let's say you're right. He's trolling. So he's trolling around a situation where somebody is being accused of trafficking children. In a situation where every black people already want to believe that's what niggas are doing. I want you to really think about that. So you got it. He's right. He's trolling. Why would you do that?
Women in the United States look.
And keep in mind, passport bros is a euphemism for anybody traveling overseas. As far as a black man, it doesn't matter.
But if he, it wasn't that bad. And his video is,
I used to win in Thailand. They win.
Things have a problem with this as well.
Fucking goofballs, especially Jarillo. Floyd Wallace motherfucking Jr. and Skylar, I should say. So Margari.
Oh, he's a passport bro. You know, I
So what happens is passport bros, any black man is traveling is a passport bro. That's what it is. Like, that's what it is now. And that's what niggas did because they trolling and they playing. Exactly, passport OG. Like, niggas are YouTube arguing. Like, let's keep it real. A lot of you niggas can get snatched up over shit like this. I mean, it's happened to people before in Colombia. And these people were associated with passport bros, even though they weren't passport bros. Like one dude was Asian. It creates this climate where things can happen, and y'all motherfucker, like you, Israel. I heard that video you was on BMTs. You was talking about you about to go somewhere like next week or something. Y'all think it's cool until it ain't cool, man, and that's what I'm talking about. Y'all niggas don't be checking your corners.
Y'all know him?
We're called the passport bros. Like, yeah, we're passport bros, right? Now it's like, oh man, don't call me that, man. I know
And you know what's funny? These niggas never interview people that are actual that claim passport bro. They never interview these people because these people are it's an idea that people want to argue about for content. Like even this video I'm playing right now.
You know, it's a complete 180 because of what it's been turned into. It started off as such a great thing, and it's been turned into.
Well, I mean, the idea of black men traveling is a great thing in general. I mean, what y'all niggas want to be in y'all city? Like these, like it's funny because black people talk about all this bullshit that happens in the black community, but the way they talk about it, you think it's like white people talking about, oh, we live in a utopia if the blacks weren't there. It's the same thing. It sounds fucking stupid.
Basically, that's tours because a lot of these bad guys.
He said, "I hear you, Ed, but people were going to say anything either." No, yeah, but you don't. That doesn't mean you give people obvious ammunition. This gives them obvious ammunition because of the size of his channel. So don't do the. They were gonna say something. That's true, but that's also bullshit. You don't see Zoom to Thailand. There's a way of doing it. I think BMT has handled it very well for the most part. How he's talked about it, and I've listened to 2 out of the 3 videos. I know you were on 2 of them. But him making trolling videos on some shit like this, it makes it seem like you don't really give a fuck about it.
Guys are giving us such a bad name. They put him in the back of the SUV. They didn't even let this dude.
It don't matter what they.
And then I'ma just keep it all the way real. The last time you saw him get saucy like this, Anton was with Glendon. And this is like, let's keep it real. Anton don't give a fuck about none of this shit. Because if these motherfuckers were Caucasian, this nigga, look, so y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. Y'all listen to Anton more, y'all listen to me. Do you be hearing Anton really talk about the Epstein files like that? Has Anton really brought that up? That's some real big news. White conservatives want to see it. Maybe he has. I don't listen to Anton like that. So I could be wrong. But my point is, the way this nigga getting mad, this nigga actually getting mad like if he saw a passport, bro, he gonna put hands on him. The way Anton is talking. Anton got like this with Glendon. And he basically used that bullshit in order to, you know, like, understand in situations like this, people get very emotional. And remember, that was a story Glendon was telling. You don't know if that nigga was just making that shit. That nigga could have been trolling just like Skylar. But guess the fuck what? The results are the results. Now, are they not? When you are making content, if you can put people in a hyper emotional state, you can get a lot of super hyper engagement. This type of shit puts people into an instant emotional state. And if you can maneuver this properly, and I'm not even saying Anton is necessarily an evil dude, a bad dude for how he approached that, because at the end of the day, he's reacting to what somebody was saying out of their own mouth. So reasonably, I can understand that. You know, I can understand. That's why, again, I said it before, and I said, what did I say back then? You know, I fuck with Glendon, but I said it back then. He shouldn't have said that. He shouldn't have put that out there. I said that. And maybe it was maybe he's in a bubble because he's had money for so long, which, hey, that's his success. But the reality is, you know, I don't know how he didn't. And he even said, he talked to people around him that said that something like that was cool. Okay. Now, granted, you know, I've heard recently he's basically made these people take that down. But the point is, people will use things like this. I mean, Ivan Priest did that video on it. They will use stuff like this as hyper engagement tools. And these are things you have to be aware of. As unfortunately as black men, we can't be associated with people because anybody that does something wrong, whether we know it or not, it's always going to be because that's how people deal with us. And because we don't have a way of punishing people for doing that, that's going to happen.
Is their race, what they look like with the black, white, or whatever. That's why we got what? He definitely, but suddenly he leaving talking about he was talking lies. It's not even for me.
The spot passport bros that buy pussy.
Was that quick? But don't. Yeah, I'm not gonna put that on. Yeah.
You put pressure on you punk ass motherfucker. Passport bros.
Like, listen, look, man. I just gotta call it how I see it. Listen to this saucy ass motherfucker. Like, you ain't never seen. Anton would never talk like this in real life unless he had a gun and he knew you did it.
Buy pussy. So easy. Let me get on you niggas. You put pressure on you punk ass motherfuckers. That's why I'm able to see. I can tell.
Now you ain't never. Now where was this Anton when Danica Marie and fucking Six the Goddess had that nigga being court-martialed? This nigga talking about I had you in my kitchen. Them two look, and I ain't got no issue with Danica Marie. Six the Goddess, you know, y'all can keep her, but whatever. She ain't the worst person in the world, but she ain't as bad as most of them. But you ain't never seen Anton. What was that chick Tawana? Where was Anton when Tawana was disrespecting him? Where was this Anton at? You would never see this Anton even talk to even Skylar like this to his face. Like, for real, for real.
Hold on. Viewer discretion is advised, child. And it ain't even me. Viewer discretion.
And I said it in the chat of this video. I said that I said straight up, I said Anton is saucing it up because, again, Passport Bros is like the perfect thing to kind of bash and you know, women to be like, oh, cool, he holds men accountable. Because Passport Bros irks these chicks because they see the threat of it. Them niggas can be lame, but guess what? If that shit gets popular, these women need lames to subsidize them. Imagine if Russell Wilson went overseas. Remember, Michael Basin and Tom Joyner been doing that. Like, niggas been going overseas on the low. It's just not something that was popularized. And this is why, because a lot of you niggas can't handle shit. But if that shit was popularized and niggas just knew that was an option, like think about it. If older black men just went over, fuck dealing with younger women. If older black men just went overseas to deal with women and know how to stay fit, just like 5 or 6 years younger. That's money that's vacuuming. Ain't no, look, let's keep it real. What other race of black women are really spending money on? What other race is really spending money on black women like that as a group? Like, for real. If black men ain't spending it, unless these chicks are like 7s and up, and really 8s and up, but I'd say 7s and up too, if they know how to maneuver themselves. 6s if they really got game. Come on. So of course they gonna fight for their life. So when they hear this shit, they think you threatening them. For real. That's what it is. If something like this ever took hold, now these women be traveling like a motherfucker. These women stay going on girls trips. You don't ever see niggas ever say nothing about that. Whether these chicks come up dead, whether they getting their ass cut open to get a BBL because they too broke to go to the DR. They don't even go to the countries where they known to be able to do the surgery well. They don't even go to Colombia, which is at least known to be able to do those surgeries. Really, Cuba is probably the best country if you're going to go overseas, but we can't get in there like that. They go to the DR. You don't see us really talking about that. I mean, I could do a whole channel like Only Logical of nothing but black women, and I could have probably 2 stories a day of black women getting caught up overseas. Some of them would be known situations, news reported situations, but we're not in their business like that.
Advise. It's not even for me.
The spot passport bros that buy pussy. So easy. Yeah, let me get on you niggas. Keep putting pressure on you punk ass motherfuckers. That's why I'm able to see. See, I can tell the difference between a nigga that's going over there and looking at it culturally and saying, man, I love this country, or man, I want to get a different experience.
Most black men are going over there for that reason.
So, man, if I just so happen to find love while at the same time experiencing other cultural norms and learning to...
Now, you see how Anton want to have it both ways? You see how Anton want to have it both ways? But so why are you mad at one goofy ass nigga? Why are you saying Passport Bros? Like, if it was that many Passport Bros doing that, do you think that shit wouldn't have got found out? Niggas can't do shit under the radar like that because we stand out. So if niggas were really doing that shit like that, it'd be a lot more motherfuckers getting caught up on shit just like that. I mean, let's keep it real. Jay Rello got caught up just talking shit to a bitch on camera. That's what Jay Rello, and I don't even know who the fuck Jay Rello is. That's just some nigga. Y'all be bringing up these obscure niggas that nobody knows. Ain't no really big creator that really got caught up. Like, when I say big creator, I'm talking about somebody with my size or up. You got motherfuckers with 1,000 fucking subs that just be doing the goofiest shit.
Other people's culture, then, you know, that's great.
to spot the degenerates. And I'm disappointed in some of you niggas. Some of you YouTubers.
And see, he said that to leave room for people like O'Shea. That's really why he said that. So the YouTubers that are overseas and really got paper, this is leaving it out. Let's see what we got to say.
Cool ones. I thought that you guys were a good.
So again, why are you saying some of you YouTubers, I thought that you guys, even though you just said you can tell the difference? So you either can tell the difference or you can't tell the difference. Well, that was Cap, you saying it anyway. The reality is, just like how you got black conservatives that are straight scamming, like, what are we talking about? There's bad actors in every situation. There's bad actors in the MAGA movement, in the conservative movement, in the liberal movement. I mean, look at Black Lives Matter scamming. But what happens is people will use this to label an entire movement something because that's called leverage. And with black men, everybody wants to subdue it, so we have to be very sensitive to that. People do the same thing with like people like Professor Black Truth and Tariq Nasheed. They're an agent. They're this. This is propaganda. And for people that don't know, because they're not in these orbits, you don't know. And people think, well, if you just educate them, it's not about education because they want to believe that. Because the real goal is to get men being afraid to do anything. Now, granted, now I'll be like, take a dude like Benny, because he'll talk shit about Passport Bros. But at the same time, he has traveled. So at the end of the day, it's not my hashtag. I can give a fuck about it. My overall thing is traveling. And truth be told, I don't care if black women travel too. I'm all for black people traveling. And I've always been that way. But I know black men have a propensity to be scared because of shit like this.
Representation of especially black people and white people. I know y'all some degenerates too, so y'all be over there buying pussy. Y'all buy pussy more than black people. But I'm going to get there.
And again, niggas are talking about buying pussy. Niggas buy pussy here. That's that. If I was talking Anton directly, I'm gonna be like, so is it okay to buy pussy here? And then the way I would frame that on his, because people talk about I wouldn't go. Yeah, I would go on Anton's panel. I don't care. But because I'm not going there to clout chase. What I would say straight up is, so you believe in going in 50-50? Because if you believe in paying 100%, you're buying pussy. Because I promise you, if she actually gave a fuck about you, you wouldn't need to do that. You can't believe in paying 100% and tell me you don't believe in buying pussy. You can't believe that. You can't have both of those. So any woman is saying they not for 50-50 or 70-30 or 80-20 or 70-30, they like, you can't have both of those. They can't be together. They can't be together. They can't work. You can't have them both. And so my thing is, people are just taking that like a cultural prostitution to its nth degree. You can't. You either believe in one or the other. It's either transactional, it's not transactional. If it's not transactional, then let's be for real. If it is, then stop playing. Now niggas, like, I do not like, you don't ever see niggas have this type of energy for niggas that are paying for pussy here. Like, you want to talk about trafficking. Diddy did what he did here. R. Kelly did what he did here. That's what I don't understand. If you actually gave a fuck about trafficking, that happens where you are, because you know where you are. Why would you, like, your contacts are where you're from? That's how I know it's just like weaponizing this for engagement.
For some of you YouTubers, I thought y'all was the cool ones, and that's why I supported y'all in the beginning. You know?
Well, my thing is this, Anton, if you really give a fuck, why don't you do what you did with Glenda and call him out by name? You call him out by name, but because he's not, I guess these people aren't big enough YouTubers. If you actually gave a fuck about how they're, like, I mean, what? Because you don't want to give them clout? Why don't you call him out by name? Some of you YouTubers, call him out. If you think that they should have knew or they're doing this or doing that, call him out. Put a name to it. He's done it before. Put a name to it. He's not dumb. He knows exactly what he's doing.
Y'all reached out to me. Yeah, Anton, can you come on my platform? Yeah, not come on your platform. You from, this place that I love or whatever, so on and so forth. And so I thought you niggas was the cool ones. But y'all don't really, y'all not what I thought y'all was because y'all support degenerate behavior. You know what I'm saying?
So who the fuck is these people that support degenerate behavior? I mean, you know, she plays Scott. You talking about him? Are you talking about him? Because I mean, again, see, they don't be really wanting to have that conversation. Because now we got to have the conversation of bitches going to Jamaica buying box, bitch or buying dick, bitches going to Gambia buying dick. Basically, any place of fucking. Because now this is not about Floyd. Because buying pussy and trafficking people are two very different things. So if you go to a strip club in the United States, which it's illegal to buy pussy, are you a trafficker? And now, what are we talking about? So if you go to a massage parlor, are you a like this is what I'm saying? That is not the same thing. It's not. It's not. And I'll give him credit. Yeah, he mentioned the white boys passe wise mentioned the white boys. But you're not about to put this kind of energy. Like, come on, man. If you really believe that, put a name to it. Well, you know, I get it. He could be sued, whatever. But if you really stand on that shit, put a name to it. And dare them motherfuckers to try to sue you. Dare them to try to say something. I would, if I felt like that about it. If I felt like that about it and I was in his position, I would say, let's go to Discovery, bitch. Let's go to Discovery. Because when we go to Discovery, I'm going to pull it all out. Meaning you ain't going to be able to delete shit.
You niggas start defending these degenerate bitch ass niggas and think that, and so now I gotta look at you funny.
So my question is, when we say defending degenerate bitch ass niggas, are you talking about niggas like Floyd? Or are you talking about a nigga that is basically being transactional with their sexual encounters? Because again, when you make that statement, niggas trick here. 95% of black men that trick here. There was just a video with Summer Walker. What did Summer Walker say? And Summer Walker has money. I hated having sex with you, but I wanted that damn Porsche, so I fucked you. You had a dude that was accused of sexual assault, a young brother that literally almost got his career taken if he wouldn't have kept receipts, because that light-skinned bitch said that she was assaulted because she forwarded him a $2,000 Zelle request. A Zelle request. If y'all picking up what I'm putting down, hit that cash app. I know niggas saying we doing it for money, but for real. For real. That's the conversation. When you say, oh, what is the specific thing that makes a nigga a bitch ass? Because apparently these niggas are not bitch ass niggas if they coming over here spending bread on bitches here. Apparently they not bitch ass niggas. Like we ain't in no trick nation out here.
Funny in the light. Now I gotta look at you funny in the light because when I call out
this nigga's in Detroit. Them niggas be breaking these bitches off in Detroit, and it be damn near passport bro prices. Man, I'm telling you, niggas, do not believe these niggas aren't breaking these hoes off. They're lying. They may not be always doing it direct with money, but they are breaking these hoes off. Do not believe that. They are lying. We are from the Midwest. Stop lying. You niggas are lying. I won't necessarily say they the biggest simps. I won't necessarily go that far. I'm not going to argue with you about it. But this idea that these niggas don't be breaking off for some fucking... Do not believe that.
Degenerate behavior of the group of people that support you, and make no mistake about it. Most of the niggas that watch our live streams, they jerk off in their socks. Y'all not building a group in the community.
And see, this is why I'm talking. And it's funny. Now, niggas jerk off in. So so apparently masturbation is degenerate behavior now. So apparently masturbation is all of a sudden degenerate. This is a nigga. Hasn't Anton been on Fresh and Fit? Doesn't that sound like what Brandon Jamal was saying about Fresh and Fit? Nigga, the people that, like, he's talking about watching our kind, like, we got, like, our stuff so he don't even know where the Passport Bros is like an offset of SYSBM. It's not, it wasn't the same people that created, but technically dude created Passport Bros at the time, SYSBM. So the reality is, you know, nigga, SYSBM is actually the most married faction of the manosphere. They're the only ones that really talk about, really be on. They don't necessarily like say, they're not like trad cons about it, but they're the closest to marriage. Like, they just don't believe doing it by race. But see, people don't know this because all these people are post Kevin Samuels motherfuckers. So now we're talking about jerking off. They're watching your content. They're jerking off. So what does that have to do with Passport Bro? So you watching? So let me keep this real. Why the fuck would you watch? It's not like niggas are showing bitches like that. Like, if we're gonna be all the way clear, why are you watching? So you're watching Skylar jerking off. You know, jerking off. Zoom to Thailand. There's other video, like, what are you talking about? You got bitches with rubber ducky shit, like Twitch and all that. Y'all know that bullshit that was out there before. Clean that shit up. Are you fucking serious? So niggas are jerking off to talking about the idea of traveling to deal with some Latina bitches that you can go to Instagram. Nigga, most Passport Bros ain't even on Instagram like that. That's the me. What are you talking about? But see, this isn't meant to make sense. This is to make the bitches. This is Media Man pulls the same bullshit. I call it doing, I'm gonna start calling this shit doing an oil change or changing the brakes. Whenever you go too hard with the women, you gotta give them something. You can't just give it to them raw. When I say raw, I mean the alcohol. You can't give them Everclear or Diesel. You gotta mix it in with some shit. I'm not saying you should always go at it because I'm loyal to the truth, but you gotta give them something. Otherwise, the chicks will fall off. I'm not saying Anton's pandering, but what you can't do, you cannot be like straight up red pillar, man. You can't be that because you won't get big. They'll get mad. So they'll be like, F this dude. So you got to give them something. You got to give them some hope. That's what low key why Kevin Samuels did that damn man shit when he did it. Because it allowed him to check the men so you can see like you in the middle. Even Dennis has done that. Like this, like, so all of a sudden these niggas don't travel, they just jerk off. Like, come on, man, are we fucking serious? Now, you won't say that about a Derek Jackson. You won't say that about Ace Metaphor when you been on they shit, knowing good and goddamn well most of them bitches are there. You won't say that about it. Well, he did interview Yada, but them bitches that be on their stomach with the bonnets on fat as fuck. Come on now, are we for real? Are we for real? Every time, you ain't never heard him pop off at a bitch like this. He would have never popped off his six like this. He ain't never every time a bitch is popped off at his ass, he don't never pop off like this. Because he know them chicks will slap the shit out of him. You ain't never seen Anton. This is just like with Lapeef. When Lapeef was like, yeah, man, we ain't mad. Them niggas, get the fuck out of here. But this nigga acting saucy as fuck.
Let me clutch my pearls. Come on, Anton. What are we doing? What is going on? Why? Listen. I don't know what's going on. There's something going on now all of a sudden, and maybe not suddenly again. It's going on.
No, it ain't all of a sudden. No, this is the same goofy shit he tried. This is the same shit he did with Glendon. This is the same kind of shit, except he kind of operated more of an outrage victim kind of standpoint. Versus now he trying to act like he got some nuts, like he really gonna do some shit.
Between them and Andre and Andrea, it seemed fine. I haven't watched them in a while, but because I don't think that don't snitch on it up, not anything at the end.
Make no mistake about it. Most of the niggas that watch our live streams, they jerk off in their socks. Y'all not building a group and a community of people that are strong in their core beliefs and respect other people's culture, and then just in case they go and find...
We're not building a community. That wasn't the point of Passport Bros was never about building a community. Just like Black Lives Matter was never about building a community. Black Lives Matter was about dealing with an action or intention. Passport Bros was about bringing awareness. It was never about building a community. Because if we actually built a community, if we like SYSBM, it was more about an action and awareness. But if Passport Bros was an actual community, A, it wouldn't have got like this, and B, even somebody like niggas would be seeing you. Because a lot of the like if Passport, if you really had Charles Tyler and the stuff, and Charles Tyler never died, and all this stuff kind of came, and you had the old heads of the blue collar, you know, they're firefighters and stuff like that. Just go look at Al Grease. Al Grease and the original Brazil, you know, a black man's option thing. Them niggas would have saw you. And like they would have saw you. Cause them be them Detroit niggas that really be working hard and doing shit like that. Like for real. Like a lot of them niggas was from New York. Them niggas would have saw you. They would have said, I want to have a conversation with you. They would have shook your hand real strong to kind of let you know. But Anton, this is him acting. This is him. I mean, it's obvious what he's doing. He's basically saucing it up for the females. And that is what it is. These niggas open himself up to this shit.
Find love in another country because they just so happen to be organically enjoying and adapting to what's
just
going
like
on.
Niggas ain't finding love here. Like the thing is, niggas are not doing the same shit niggas are doing here, niggas are doing overseas. I don't understand why it's this special bullshit. I don't get that. Like, I really don't.
No. That's not what's happening. I see.
Now notice he saw it, but he didn't say nothing until this Floyd situation. He saw it. Yeah, he ain't never interviewed nobody that deals with past. He even fucking Jeff James said he would be a quote unquote back because Jeff James understood what it was about. It wasn't an organization. Like this ain't no fucking fraternity. This ain't no fucking Q dogs or some shit.
That's why we watched the other nigga get arrested the other day.
Again, this video comes out off one nigga getting arrested. That's why I'm like, nigga, name some niggas. Now I get it. He'll be like, oh, but it's easy to say that, but you subject to a lawsuit. Nigga, if you saying somebody doing degenerate behavior and you can prove it by what they put up on their YouTube channel and what they allude to, you can say, look, you just commenting on what the fuck they say on their YouTube channel.
I see.
And what I really don't like about Anton really got the posture like he about to fight somebody. Dude, sit your ass down, man.
All upholding, and instead of rooting out, y'all know different than bad cops.
All right.
So according to Anton, ain't no such thing as bad cops. It's just black people that don't follow the law and don't respect the police. But okay.
Saying all I could think of when he said "I see," I feel like that's a game from the Generation X.
No, this nigga acting. This is that fake outrage. I remember this shit. And again, I didn't really get mad at him for doing that because it's like, I mean, you put the shit out there, you can't get mad at how somebody gonna react. I mean, you can get mad, but it's like you can get mad, but it's like I never. But this, come on, nigga. We've seen this before.
See, with my little eye.
And he's saying you ain't. Now Anton's angle is that. This is Anton's angle. Anton's angle is that you supposed to root out bad passport bros. You supposed to root them out. The police is an organization. A police is an organization you have to clock into, report to be more fair about it. Think about a fraternity, the fraternal order. Think about the fraternity, you know, or sorority. That's not what Passport Bros is. Niggas, these are YouTube channels. That's what this is. These are niggas aggregating on social media. What are you talking about? This isn't like a job or workplace. This isn't like some kind of secret network and shit like that. You got people doing dumbass shit. And unfortunately, the dumbass niggas don't understand how black men are viewed in general and how people will use one nigga to destroy. Like, truth be told, traditionally, our organization has been destroyed by people inserting people in the shit, doing bad shit, and then saying it was us. This is why a lot of these motherfuckers are convicted of being shown to be informants, because they will create situations to then make us all look bad. That has been very traditional in you know, when it comes to black men, and it's always black men. And if you can't do it that way, you just get the women to go against it. So he's trying, but he's, and see, the reason why he had to pause is because, again, he ain't trying to say something that'll make him liable, because he do got the money to pay because it's channel size. But the other thing too is what he's essentially trying to say, based on at least what I'm hearing him going at, is he's trying to say that niggas be knowing that motherfuckers are we motherfuckers are dealing with bitches, underage females, and we're just and niggas are just not saying nothing. That's essentially what he's trying to allude to. So how are niggas jerking off in their socks? Because if you're saying most of the niggas jerking off in their socks, so therefore you're establishing that niggas are not traveling. If niggas are not traveling, then they can't be doing what the fuck you're talking about. But if for the few 1.0001% of niggas that are traveling, if you're gonna make that charge, then you gonna need to start putting some names on that shit. Cause then that makes you a bitch ass nigga that's too scared to actually speak truth to power. And you talk about you the Christian with all them values. So what you rather do is throw everybody out under the bus on some unsubstantiated shit. That's what he's trying to be careful of walk around. But let's see what he says. Maybe I'm wrong.
Something like that. What are we talking about? Come on, let me pay attention. Come on, Anton.
No. That's not what's happening. I see. That's why we watched the other nigga get arrested the other day. I see y'all upholding, and instead of rooting out, y'all know different than bad cops. You're no different. You degenerate bitch ass passport bros. You're no different than the cops that we like to call out. You know how we say it's a blue wall and the good cops get lumped in with the bad cops because the good cops don't call out the behavior of the bad cops? You're the same way.
So what behavior are we supposed to call out? What behavior are we supposed to call out? Because if we talk about just paying for pussy, niggas do that here. Like, are you fucking serious? Niggas do that here. What are we talking about? If you're talking, he ain't talking about, because Greg Adams would beat his ass. Greg Adams would do, and I'm not even talking about physically, Greg Adams would do to him what he did to Andrew Wilson. And turn that nigga in stir fry. He ain't talking about Greg Adams. And I'm in real. And I don't think Anton, because Greg Adams ain't really a passport bro. So I just straight up, all jokes aside, he's not talking about Greg Adams. He wouldn't cook up Greg Adams like that. Because he really has no reason. And Greg Adams is not associated with passport bros like that. Greg Adams would be the guy that he's saying, I know black men that travel on some cultural shit. So I'm not even gonna put that out there. He's not talking about Greg Adams. But he honestly, it doesn't make sense for him to have an issue with Greg Adams anyway, even from a business standpoint. Keep in mind, I want y'all to understand, this is off of one nigga. This is off of one nigga that I don't even think has a large YouTube channel. This is off of one nigga. This is off a nigga that people didn't even know was in Brazil, according to BMT. Niggas didn't even know it's in Brazil. And by the way, Brazil is one of many countries niggas go to. It ain't all these niggas in Brazil. It ain't all these niggas in Brazil. And I'm going to just put this out here. You know what Anton won't do? Anton won't platform people that's doing it right. You won't see Anton do that. I bet you won't. That's just throwing that out there. But anyway.
Same way. When you don't address the people that are embarrassing y'all, and then you wonder why people... First
of all, there's not this constant embarrassment. First of all, people did address it. BMT addressed it. A lot of people addressed it. Skylar addressed Austin when Austin embarrassed folks. So that does happen. Everybody came down on Austin. But niggas can make mistakes. And what Austin did wasn't even that bad, honestly. So when you keep saying embarrassing us, nigga, you didn't even address Danica Marie. And look, shout out to Danica, but you didn't even address them two for embarrassing you. Nigga, stop that shit. Stop that shit, man. Do you address black conservatives for embarrassing the conservative movement? Like, what are you talking about? You be having bitches like Mamira up here fucking man. You don't get the fuck out of here with that bullshit.
Ladies
you act like there's a smorgasbord. There's not a smorgasbord. There's not a whole bunch of articles. There's not a whole bunch of shit. What are you talking about? This is why this stuff always blows up when it does happen, because it never happens. For example, other than Austin, you got the motherfuckers that got killed. They weren't even passport bros. What are you talking about? You don't. He didn't even get this mad at Roe. The chick that lied about the brick. He wasn't all angry like this, like he about to do something. Not like this. He go, you bitches, y'all supported that, blah 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 blah. You ain't hear him say that shit.
Because you become sex tourists, and then they say, well, don't dick police me.
You know, well, Floyd Wallace motherfucking Jr. had that in his bio. Now, y'all say whatever you know about the other ones. I don't know nothing. I'm just going by what the Brazilian news broadcast and Brazilian oppressors were saying, because they putting out all the information. Lest we not forget that. The Brazilian oppressors and news here, they tied to somebody. And then you, because why would never said before associate with? When these bitches sit up here talking about biatches, my bad. Like, these passport bros is going to protect passport bros. Joe with Jarello.
Passport bros are not protecting passport bros. Like, what are we talking about with that? Niggas are not united. We don't have any financial investments or anything. Like you have to really establish where is the actual connection. What do somebody benefit from protecting something? Everybody actually would benefit from just saying I'm not a passport bro. And then force people to sit here and say, okay, you talk about any black man is traveling, but you just make an accusation, implying accusations. I don't understand that. And that's what I'm saying. The rules do not apply. These rules, this is why I do everybody hates black men. These rules do not apply with nobody else. Not in this way. One person does something. Black men got to establish a pattern of bullshit.
Same damn thing, just like the analogy that he just gave. The oppressors protect oppressors, and it looks like these passport bros is going to protect passport bros. Don't say anything. Don't snitch. This is not even a don't snitch situation.
No, where's, and here's the thing. Where I literally listened, so we're not talking about Skylar with the don't snitch. Who the fuck said that? What content creator said don't snitch? And that's kind of low-key what I was saying in the comments. In the chat. What content creator said that? You talk about motherfuckers in the comments. That don't count. Because for all we know, them motherfuckers can be gassing the shit up. Because people do that shit. Where's the video? Notice how nobody's showing it. Like, Skylar is the best. Even though I don't agree with that video he made, and I think that's goofy, even though it comes off trolling. The reality is, if that's the best you can do, who is out here saying don't snitch? Snitch is an admission of guilt. That's one of the reasons why niggas are upfront about the buying the pussy thing. Because they like, I'm not doing that. I'm not, like, that shit would be done in the United States. So why are you, that's act. People say, well, why would you even bring that up? That's the mindset.
To be the issue.
Okay, so he actually pulled, okay.
So of course you're going to see some big bad.
Yeah, I know. I don't be loving the biatches. They get on my damn nerves.
Oh man, anytime you get on the women, why do you think so many women still love me and support me even though I hold them accountable? You know why? Because they can see the truth and then I hold them accountable.
So in my opinion,
that's not true. They hated Kevin for the same reason.
I already know who the hell is out here doing whatever the hell it is that they've been doing wrong, and indifferent.
There's this idea that, like, there's a network where there's a club that everybody be meeting up. That's bullshit. And people know that's bullshit, by the way. Y'all are not fucking stupid. Y'all understand how black, because if you saw that with black men, like, let's be very clear here. It's very few secretive ain't no fucking kebabs with black men like that. That's one of the problems with black men. We don't link up like that. It's some kebabs with these hoes. It is, because they get a lot of AstroTurf money to help control the black community. But it ain't like that with black men. Black men are individual operators. This country has always been very weary of black men grouping together to the point where there's a culture against black men doing that. And black men don't like to do that because when we group together, we see violence coming. So niggas, even in the passport bro community, niggas are just adopting a hashtag. That doesn't mean anything. Just like with Black Lives Matter, you could just be somebody thinking, I don't think black police, you could be somebody that believes Tamir Rice was done wrong and say Black Lives Matter. That don't mean you believe in lesbianism. But see, it's the rules don't apply. Because with black men, there's never isolated incidents. Motherfuckers tried to do, when that black dude in New York did that shooting, I remember that bitch they tried to make it like all these podcast males, and then that stupid hoe had the nerve like a year later or something, like, because I don't check my DMs on my Instagram, one of my Instagram accounts, and I went through it, and this bitch is in there talking about, are you threatening me and my family? I was like, bitch, if you don't sit your stupid ass. I was like, I'm so glad I didn't see that shit. Because I would be like, bitch, let me talk to your fucking husband. Because you clearly done lost your fucking mind. Are you threatening me and my family? Because I guess she heard me kind of allude to that, even though I didn't put her ass out there. I told her to go fucking cook some Jamaican food and shut the fuck up. And no, I'm not talking about, I'm talking about somebody else. And then she's sitting here talking about you threatening me and my family. I'm like, yeah, you don't play with me like that, because I'll give you a reason to really be on watch.
Legal things. As adult men, could you do us all a favor and stay the hell out of our business like we stay the hell out of yours?
See, I wouldn't be putting Andrea into this foolishness that's going on right now. I hardly would think that.
And see, that's the problem. The problem with this whole thing is, I don't care what nobody say. These biatches are not the women. This is why I would say to Messi directly. The women are held accountable as a group. And when I say a group, I'm talking about the segment of women. For example, let's take Ro, for example. I actually have a video that I was supposed to work on, but I decided to do this like a genius. Of a chick. Her name is like Bohemian Diva. And this chick is one of these kind of chicks that really she female identified, but the women, she's kind of like a worse version of Danae. They be talking, you know, that chick that be talking that shit on TikTok. She's like a worse version of her, where these chicks are really female identified, but these women have done them wrong, so they got their own personal gripes with women, but they don't fuck with men. They don't fuck with men like that either, right? Not like that, but they'll go with the women just cause, right? And she was talking about, I got a whole video about this. She was talking about the brick lady bitch, right? The brick lady bitch, and she was talking about, how, you know, she reserves her right to change her mind, but she agreed with Roe because of mitigating circumstance. Basically, the circumstances were that she was talking about a black dude and black dude. That was because if you've been white, that yeah. But anyway. And she was basically talking about she don't regret it and she'll do it again, which means it's like, okay, so you one of these bitches that you believe women, you one of these bitches, if you was on the jury, the nigga guilty because he a nigga. Which, just say that. And the fact that you felt like making a video talking about, even if I'm wrong, I'm right. That type of video, women like that are a fucking problem. Like, straight up. And, you know, she Caribbean, so I don't really give a fuck, because I would write her off just off that, you know, real talk. But my point is, she looks like one of these chicks that would not necessarily be on that, and niggas always want to believe that there's some good bitches out there. So they start giving certain women latitude or benefits of the doubt when it's obvious they got contempt. I'm not saying you got to do one thing and then I'm automatically going to put you in that situation, but the point is, you had women that even, like, same thing with Haley Bailey. You got women, and it's not the same thing as like the Tory Lanez and Megan situation. Nobody is still explaining to me why Kelsey got immunity. But you got people that with Haley Bailey will, even though Haley never produced that damn Ring camera, they will still take her side today. Because they don't, fucking DDG had a thing talking about the haters. the end of the day, that bitch didn't produce that. She said she had ring footage of him doing this. She lied. She lied. And yes, you had women that called that out, but you had a lot of women that basically first said they don't care. Those women are held as a group because you decided to circle the wagons around known fuckery. Like known fuckery. It's known at this point. It's known. And just like how you can put the dudes, you can technically put all the dudes in the same box. They defend Tory Lanez till this day. Like me, Didi, academics. Yes, you could do that. But it's not that it's all women. It's the women that support the fuckery, even when it's known that it was bullshit. We know for a fact the brick lady was lying. She has a pattern of lying. All that stuff got uncovered. The same thing with that Guyanese chick with the Ty Lil situation. I still got to do that video. I will get on that video because I want to let it all kind of come through. Chick lied. Women still gonna take her side just because a woman. Yes, all of y'all are in a category. That's why. Just like how I acknowledge the women that called that out early on, and even the women that in the middle of it, they found, okay, this bitch lying. But that's not the same thing. That's not the same thing. Nobody is out here saying a passport, bro, it just means a black man traveling. That's it. All that buying box shit, just like how the manosphere is black men talking, and the prescriptions, that's why SBM is a prescription. Interracial dating can be a prescription. It's a lot of prescriptions. MGTOW is a prescription, just like how they try to say all MGTOWs are gay or all MGTOWs are incels. Just like they said that. And that shit was bull. Now you got these bitches talking about the 4B movement. They trying to talk about, oh, they not having that. Oh, that's empowerment now. But when we was doing it, niggas a threat to society and shit. When niggas are just talking about prioritizing themselves. My point is, it is not the same. Men are not labeling all these women. What we're labeling is actions the women take. So when we say the women are doing this, that, and the third, we are talking about actions the women take. When you sit here and you know somebody wrong, dead ass wrong, and you sit here and you fucking defend that and circle the wagons, that's why you got to deal with it. Even if you're not doing the bullshit. Perfect example. You may not have a child, but if you sit here and you have a problem with a federal mandate to give paternity to every kid that's born, you as bad, as far as I'm concerned, you as bad as the bitches that are lying on their kids, because you create the atmosphere to support that. And there's a lot of women, I'm not talking about Messi, I'm just talking in general, a lot of women, they know that. They know bitches that are lying about who the kid is. I'm talking about in their own families. They know this. That's why if you ask women about this, they may not have kids, but they feel some type of way about it because they would do it. That's different than sitting here and saying, like, for instance, you would never, let's say you got a bad Q-dogs in one school that's doing some bullshit. You wouldn't necessarily say, well, all the schools that have that chapter is on the same bullshit. Now, I'm not saying that's absolutely not true. That can't never be the case, and it can't be systemic. Same thing with the Catholic Church. They know they got a boy problem, but you ain't sitting here, oh, you a Catholic, so you support fucking with little boys. That's what I'm talking about, man. But but people sit here and look, people are gonna cover it. So I'm not really faulting people for covering it. But my point is why I was getting frustrated, is that niggas are making it easy for people to do this. And the other thing is, it's this propensity. This is why black men, you cannot have a competitive community if black men don't group up. But unless you're dealing with something that's matriarchal, they don't want it. Anyway, keep going. So yeah, I'm hearing Anton talk about, because that was the main thing I was looking for. So apparently Skylar didn't do that. So I'll probably change the title. Because if Skylar didn't say don't snitch, then I don't know, I'm doing a video. But talking about niggas don't snitch. You ain't, where's the thumb? Where's the screenshots of people saying that in the chat, Discord? Where is that information? Talk about don't snitch. Where is that? I want to see that. Even commenters, I want to see screenshots. You got people, all these fucking booty twerkers that be supporting Anton in my comments when I make a fucking video. Where I haven't seen that. Where are the fucking motherfuckers talking about don't snitch? And I'm not saying there's no bullshit. I've seen screenshots. I've seen goofy ass screenshots of niggas talking about cameras and shit. So yeah, there's some goofy ass niggas. Niggas are protecting. Niggas are not protecting shit. That's a lie. That's not true. That's bullshit. Because black men know, like, black men are not playing with that. Anyway, let's keep going.
And that's what we looked at yesterday too. He ain't going nowhere. Looked at yesterday too. Looking like grown men. No shade. They're grown men, right? If they happen to be in Brazil, which I know they're not, I forget where they are. Good luck to those people and move on and eat breakfast. Because that's
Andre and Andrea, we don't need to get involved in any of it. We don't get involved in any of it. This channel is dedicated to help you find love across borders or fall in love with the borders that you cross.
Well, see, this is the problem. Look, I like his channel. I support his channel. I don't watch it like that, but it's a good channel. The thing about it is, though, it becomes like, let's take him for example. That's a great mission for him to have. I have no problem with that mission. Here's the problem. Though. Like, and it's not his fault, but here's the problem. People started taking what he said and they started saying, well, we're trying to look for a wife. We're trying to get married. Now people are holding you accountable to that because that's what you said, not him. Now, obviously, he's doing that. But people took that because they didn't want it. They didn't want the criticism because they're not getting invited to the barbecue anymore because the matriarchy is mad at you, and then you sit here saying shit like you let bitches bully me. Like, understand something. I remember when women, it's funny because when women used to try to bully me, they try to bully me at work like they about to do HR. I'm like, no, I'm like, oh, shoot that gun. I'm like the Joker. I'm like, I'm gonna put that gun on my forehead and love it. Like, I hope you send me home. Because I'm not that nigga, and you coming too. I'm not that nigga to bully. I'm not. I'm already short. Do not believe you think you about to verbally bully me. Like, you about to put me in a situation. I'm like, oh, no. We will fire that bullet, and you will regret you did. Like, it's not that. That's why, again, I never acted like, niggas aren't buying pussy. I'm not going to, because there are niggas doing that. That happens. Everybody does it. Just like, not everybody does it, but it happens. Because it's not everybody that does it. But it happens. And it doesn't mean everybody's doing it all the time. But just like how niggas are buying pussy here. And nobody never has really answered that question. Why is it okay to trick here? Do you think these athletes don't be tricking? Do you think these drug dealers don't be tricking? But niggas ain't got nothing to say. Y'all just accept that shit. Even though that actually affects you a lot more because that's the ecosystem you swimming in. So what's the issue? And people are not honest. And so when people start talking about, yeah, man, we trying to find a wife. No, you niggas aren't. Because niggas may not be in the life. Like Anton, you really think, not Anton, Austin's trying to find a wife? He don't even know himself yet. These are the same bitches that'll sit there and talk about you shouldn't be getting married young, but they sit here telling you can't live. That these bitches want to be out here for dick talking about you shouldn't even be out until you 31 years old. But God forbid, my nigga. God fucking forbid that you fucking say I'm gonna play the field in my 20s. Now something wrong with you. This is you got to deal with that shit head on. And I think Passport Bros have done a horrible job. Some people are better than others. Shout out to Passport OG. But for the most part, niggas have been horrible at really addressing that. And really using a lot of these trending topics to address that shit. They're horrible at that shit. Niggas sitting here trying to black-splain to these bitches. I travel because I want to, and I do the fuck I want to do. Whether it's pussy, whether it's whatever. I'm not in we could get all the way down and dirty with the Mocha Fest, Urban Escapes, bitches going to Greece during COVID, catching STDs. If you don't get the fuck out of here, man. Talking to me. Because I know where the bodies are buried. as far as these bitches. I know the websites to go as far as what the bitches be going through. These fat hoes, hogs, fucking the hog trail. Where you bitches trying to go in a house, Stella got her groove back, fucking retreating shit.
If you can't find a woman in another country, maybe you'll find another country that you love. And that's what we're here to help you with. Fall in love with another country and not just only your home country. So we don't have we don't deal with the back and forth. So this will be my last response in regards to this. And it's sad how I expect greater from Anton, but
yeah. So he was responding to Anton, yeah. And the thing is, look, man, my thing is what Anton really should do. If Anton really wanted to say something, he should platform certain people. Love Across Borders, I see he got the plaque, so that means he's got over 100K. Shout out to him. If he really cared. But Anton is using this as a weapon. Or not even a weapon, as a propaganda tool. And I mean, hey, I've already told you. And Anton is hustling. And it is what it is. And at the end of the day, if niggas gonna make it easy for him, it is what it is. But that acting raw, that nigga act like he really gonna fight. I'm like, nigga, sit your ass down, nigga. You one of them niggas, you be quick to call in police. You be like, nigga, I got daughters, nigga. Fuck you and your daughter. You should have thought about, like, for real. Niggas talking about some random ass nigga, Floyd. Nigga that literally, now, Anton didn't say nothing about Floyd disavowing passport bros. He'll say he didn't know that. They never know.
He said, but after watching the response that he gave, I was like, and you know why I'm responding to this? And I kid you guys now. Let me turn this down just a tad bit. I'm responding to this not because of what he said about us. You're going to hear it tonight. The only reason...
Let me find it then, because I want to hear it. Let me find it. Give me a second, y'all. Remember, I only got one screen. Andrea.
City, you get to realize, like, okay, yeah, he talking about Drake.
Presentation.
I had no idea that Thailand was a place that.
Let's go back.
I was able to learn how to profile effectively. So when I see y'all walking through, and whether it's the streets, the hood, dudes, as pedos, people that like little kids, that's why I'm able to spot passport bros that buy pussy so easy. Let me get on you niggas. Keep putting pressure on you punk ass motherfuckers. That's why I'm able to see. I can tell the difference between a nigga that's going over there and looking at it culturally and saying, man, I love this country, or man, I want to get a different experience, or man, if I just so happen to find love while at the same time experience different cultural norms and learning to respect other people's culture, then that's what. But I'm able to spot the degenerates. And I'm disappointed in some of you niggas. Some of you YouTubers, I thought y'all were cool. I thought that you guys were a good rep.
Now, this is when he's talking about me, so I get it.
Why does anybody know why he thinks that Anton is specifically talking about him? Does anybody know, Bueller?
He thought I was one of the cool. And then as you go on and see things talk, he talks about getting from the same city. You can realize, like, okay, he's talking about Drake.
Presentation of especially black people. And white people, I know also the generous other than bibles, y'all bibles more than white people.
I'm convinced that the new form of colonialism is white men, fat white dudes who can't get any respect just because they're white anymore. They go over to Thailand, and because the people there are so impoverished, they act like those people are interesting.
This is what I saw in Thailand.
And the thing is, what happens is black men get lumped in with the shit that white men do. Black men can't pull that shit even if they wanted to. So this idea that, when people try to, like, again, all this stuff people do this is why all the stuff people do because it's a sexual threat, and they play on those insecurities. That's all they do. Like, these bitches are fucking older niggas here for money. Now, granted, some of these bitches are trying to rob older niggas too, which is why you don't bring these chicks to your house. But motherfuckers really be, again, these niggas don't be in these bitches' business like that. They really don't. And that's the thing that kills me.
Older white men with young Thai wives.
I had no idea that Thailand was the place that mediocre white men go to when they can't find love here in the United States. Also, people in Thailand have a term coined to describe the mediocre white man that move over there to find love, and it's LBH, which means losers back home.
What do you feel like, remember I said that the men back in the United States talk now like single women?
Yeah.
Remember only women would use that term LBH, loser back home? Now you're starting to say.
I mean, let me tell you something. Any nigga talking about niggas only travel because they can't get motion back home. A lot of these old white men be niggas, they be white men that had kids, man. What are you talking about? Like, it's the way they try to frame it is these motherfuckers are incels that could never get men. They're framing it in today's context. If you're dealing with a white dude that's like 60, 65, if he's probably been traveling for like a minute. A minute. Like, and white dudes have always done this shit. Like, the older white dudes ain't the one to worry about. And a lot of these dudes be retired military. I remember when I went to Subic Bay and I met some of them. They, they're retired military. But that's not what gets talked about. And they just stayed there. And they could just renew the visas because, real talk, a lot of the shit is cheap. It's cheaper to be there than to be in the United States with the type of money they got. And maybe they got kids and stuff like that. Like, it's not the real. And again, I don't feel like explaining it because my thing is the way I would personally deal with this shit is I just expose what these bitches are doing. Because just like with that T app, when you start exposing the goofy shit they were doing, they found a way to shut the fuck up. That's how you deal with this shit. That's how you really deal with it. You start exposing these bitches going on these swirl tours in the UK. You start dealing with these bitches going to Greece or Europe, going to Greece and catching STDs. You expose these bitches taking niggas, good men and their wives on cut tours, basically taking women that they know are married, and cheating. You start exposing that shit, oh yeah, bitches will find a way to shut the fuck up. They'll find a way to shut the fuck up. Because trust and believe, I promise you black women got way more to hide than black men. What black men are being generally transparent about what they do. The women generally are not. Because it ain't just random bitches fucking. It be bitches where niggas are subsidizing them. Like, yeah.
Hear men talking like single women, repeating what single women say.
White or black in Thailand?
Bro, it depends. Okay,
I ain't gonna lie, watching white dudes now.
with curly hair, I'll get more this. But straight hair dudes, they're not getting no more.
Oh, you saying?
So you got
So
to
he a kid?
get the same
So you feel like you're more than me?
He look like a damn kid. How old is he? That's my question. The white boy look like he about 5th damn teen. Is this allowed? Is this legal?
And we really kind of run this shit. So you're just mad about this TikTok because these men had to go to Thailand to find a wife because they didn't want a wife from America. What? Okay.
Yeah, and this is showing you that even white men do this shit. And yeah, some of the way the white men do shit, it be goofy. It be hella goofy. Like that white fetishization shit, which is funny because they act like that white fetish that Asian fetishization shit don't, like, that shit is here. Even Asians are talking. I could do a whole look, man. I got fell in the Asian tube, and I can tell you that white fetishization shit is real. I showed y'all that one video. Yo, that shit goes deep. They actually starting to talk. It's funny how Asian women are actually starting to bring that shit up. Like, not men. I ain't really seeing the men. I'm talking about the women are starting to bring that shit up because the white boys have gotten so ridiculous, and they knew it was ridiculous when they started dealing with. Sometimes they date a black dude or something like that, and these white dudes go crazier than their own men, than their own fathers. That's when they all shit. That's something weird. It's like this colonization type shit. And I've seen multiple. Even have like Asian channels or like, and these are women that bring, and then yeah, they starting to see what black people been talking about with how white people get down. But yeah, white dudes be hella ridiculous with it. They do. But again, it's like y'all act like they don't do that shit here. That's what makes that so funny to me. They act like that shit only, like, they are starting to do that shit here. So again, and when you make this type of content, you only make this type of content in order to get engagement from women and simps. These niggas know, these white dudes know what they're doing. Now keep in mind, these are white men. Now, you notice how you see black women with older ass white men and they never talk about age appropriate dating? You notice how you have yet to see a white man make a channel about an older white man dating a young black woman in the United States. It won't happen because they'll get pushback. Because black women be like, you better leave my white king alone. You know it.
That makes sense.
And see, what never gets talked about is white men really don't need to leave the country. White men can date outside their race in the United States and be able to trade off their whiteness, especially if they're older and they got money. But a lot of times they don't want to date. Like, let's cut the bullshit. So it's a different dynamic with white men in particular.
Oh, what the? Is that a grandpa?
And see, the thing is, what they don't like to talk about is, see, these dudes, see, none of these channels that we be bringing up white boys, they'll never go as far as to say what these white boys are actually doing. White men have historically, whether it's Kenya, around the world, been dealing with underage. They know this. They don't call it out. I'm not justifying nothing as far as what black men should be doing. But understand, the same people talking this shit be the same people that be and what happens is, black men, whether it's Russell Simmons or Diddy, we always get to be the faces of this stuff, not because people actually give a fuck about it, but because and Anton did mention it, I'll give him that, but Anton talk about buying pussy. Nigga, buying pussy, get the fuck out of here. Sex is transactional. Whether you doing it with a cash transaction or you doing it with extra steps. These bitches, we live in a transactional sexual society today. This is 2025. Stop it. Stop it. Stop that bullshit. Bitches are hollering at, like, what are we talking about? You think if your wife had to get it, man, get the fuck out of here.
This makes sense, okay? Okay, that's, oh my gosh, what is this? What are we looking at? That's a problem. What is this? You see how people...
And here's another thing that don't get talked about. Like, to be fair to a lot of white men, a lot of these motherfuckers be Europeans that be doing this shit. So now you got to look at how much do the Europeans do it versus American. Because a lot of American white men will be like, they can deal with shit here. And I'm not trying to co-sign for white men, but let's see, that's another angle nobody talks about. A lot, like, just like how a lot of the white women that be going to African shit, those be European white women, older white women. White women here, they just deal with the niggas, homegrown niggas here. Why do all of that?
In the West, this is the funny part about men in the West.
But see, that's what doesn't get talked about when motherfuckers do. A lot of this shit be Europe shit. But see, that don't get, because they have a different cultural lens on it. But see, that's the shit that don't get taught. See, so there's angles to this shit, but but again, that's not the point. The point is to gaslight women for engagement.
Already, men in the West are so hypocritical.
I was gonna say, why are they sitting up here acting like that's a thing when y'all, not y'all, and maybe some of y'all, be doing that same shit here? What are we talking about?
Message got a good channel, exactly. They do it here, and that's how I know why they're doing it. Cause it's like, Anton, you nigga, all your get the fuck out of here.
You listen to
Lordy Hardy is the daughter of shit like that.
all these panels, all these people talking on these panels. What do they be saying? Oh, men want young women. Hell, that's what CGA talks about all the time. Listen, I know y'all, some of y'all be acting like it's not a thing. Shout out to Coach. I know he listened to me. I listened to him. Love those args, boo. Enjoy your fucking self. I ain't no fucking hater. But what is the difference? He got young women over there in Bali, Indonesia, wherever the hell he is now.
And what the real issue, the difference is, they think that's a cheat code. You cheating the game, as Minister Jap said. That's exactly what it is. The issue is they can't. There's no counter to that, because see, these bitches can't go overseas and get niggas to pay for their shit because these motherfuckers ain't got no money. Sure, you can be like, what's her name? The chick from Real something, Kenya Moore. Kenya Moore got that rich African dude, but there ain't a lot of those to go around. This like minor, like got a mine or some shit. And trust and believe, you only gonna be able to play so many of them before they start realizing what black women are on. And be like, all right, I might have to deal with a bitch from the UK, because you black females, y'all are too ruthless. Only a couple of them gonna get away with that shit. And Africans and Arabs ain't playing that game with black women. They not. They like, no, we paying transactionally up front. And so the argument is, again, it's a sexual politicking standpoint. I'm glad I got this far, because I know y'all niggas think.
And then y'all be on these panels talking about all older men want younger women. What's interpreting something differently, incorrectly.
We are hypocritical. We know that most of us, when we get in our older years, if we could afford, or let's be honest, and I mean this, guys, if we could afford or had the opportunity to be with somebody next to us, other than an old woman that's old as we are, most of us men would get somebody younger too. If you had the money and you had the opportunity, let's not lie.
Let's see. I don't want to play this whole thing because I need to end this. But let's see what I'm glad he spoke on it. But Anton is doing this. This is his way of pushing his channel. I mean, again, Anton didn't get the 1.2 million by not doing nothing. So it is what it is. But at the end of the day, I mean, he ain't gonna stop nothing when it comes to motherfuckers traveling. He ain't. It ain't. People like, oh man, we need to take him down. But ultimately, this is why you can't really come together on nothing, at least not publicly, because you got too many goofy niggas that's gonna try to take something for themselves and then do stupid shit. Nobody never really fucked with Floyd like that. The only real dude that kind of fucked with him a little bit was Austin. And that was when Austin first met him. Austin ain't like consistently been fucking with him like that. All right, so he got, let me see what he got BMT. Let's see what BMT's saying.
Comes to the relationship that we have in America. Are you going to be happy being in a relationship, right? A true defined relationship. One woman, try your best not to cheat. You come home every day. Take care.
I mean, and this is what I'm saying. Like, this shit is so hard for black men because black men have a matriarchal kind of lens of viewing shit. And when you got a matriarchal lens of viewing shit, man, it's really like these like, keep it real. These niggas think that no matter what these bitches do, you can't leave them. That's what they actually believe. That's why this shit is so hard. You give them enough. It's like telling a nigga that only knows the plantation that you can be free. And I'm not even talking about being free from black women, but free from the bullshit. That nigga just gonna tell on you because he don't know, because that is who he is.
Damn, not try your best not to cheat. It be like that, y'all.
Black men, because of our particular situation with the downfall of the black home, the downfall of the black community, most of us coming from broken homes, most of us been raised by single parents. It's really an issue because I'm not gonna put it all on the women, guys, but it's difficult. It's very difficult because the roles, the genders have been really crossed up, and it's very difficult for a woman to really be led by you in most cases, in most scenarios.
Okay,
we did the whole thing.
Hold on, we have a random question right there that says, what they booty sitting on? That's a random question. I don't know who had that, but it's been a lot of talk in the group about Asian women, and brothers like our women go like.
Ask if they go to the fucking gym and exercise, but I digress. And somebody just told me that today, if you're always the smartest person in the room about something that I said, and we supposed to be cool, and you can't come to me about it, fuck. For super chat, I'm so confused.
On Facebook, who's invited me a couple times out there. I think she is in Kansas City, and she look like a sister, bro. I mean, she's fine as hell, and she really look like what's black.
And the other thing that kills me is like the fact that one other thing that the Passport Bros kind of messed up on is constantly talking about the women. I get why they do that. They do that with the women because that's what drives the views. But ultimately, there's other ways of generating revenue, and the reality is that attracts like niggas that really don't be hitting on shit. Too many, and that he said constantly passing the buck on every incident does look bad though. What incident? Passport Bros didn't pass the buck on Austin. Passport Bros said Austin again, only black men are accountable. So basically, Passport Bros are accountable for every nigga that travels. That's essentially what you're saying. So that black woman that died, she was in Charlotte and she died in Mexico. So all black women that travel are accountable to that situation. That's fucking stupid. Are all white people accountable to every school shooting? That's fucking stupid. But niggas keep saying what buck? You're talking about, like, usually the situations come up when it comes to Passport Bros are usually the Austin situations where everybody remembers. That was just bitches getting mad because he was asking stupid ass questions in an interview. That wasn't a legal matter. By the way, that wasn't a legal matter. Right? It's just people were illegally pressing him that because he did that, aka unsavory individuals, and as a result he left for his own safety. That had none. That wasn't him fleeing because of illegal matters. That's why he was able to go back to Brazil. One. The second thing was people dying in Colombia, and those people weren't even passport bros. One of them dudes were Asian. Those dudes were like random ass dudes that people just lumped in with that shit. So what situation? This is the only first like really real. And then Jay Rello was just saying all these bitches are ugly that you brought me to in Kenya. That's it. Yeah, that's a social media thing, but that's not a legal matter. And I don't even know Jay. So again, so apparently, if you say you support black men traveling, you accountable to every dumbass thing that anybody on YouTube does. So when people say, and by the way, passing the buck, speaking on the shit is acknowledgement of the shit. He said, I'm not saying they're responsible, but at some point they should take some sort of. You can't take. What do you mean? Okay, seriously. I want you to really. I get it. You only have a certain amount of characters. I really want to know. Okay, fuck the PR. Because again, Passport Bros is not an organization. So that PR shit doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. A PR is like a. Passport Bros is not a group. Passport Bros is a hashtag. So let me tell you something. If you say hashtag, what's a really popular hashtag? Whatever. I don't want to say BLM, but well, shit. Let's say Black Lives Matter. So if niggas say, "What about Chicago?" Like, what are you talking? Like, I want you to really articulate. Like, yeah, man, they have really bad. No, they don't have bad PR. What you have is people that want to throw black men under the bus, and they basically say every black man, it's every black man until it's no black man. That's it. And basically, because y'all can say it's passport bros, it's passport bros, it's passport bros. It's like blaming everything on the Democratic Party. It's like saying the KKK is racist, so I'm going to put the KKK, all Republicans are accountable. So it's like telling a black conservative, if you're a black conservative, you support the Ku Klux Klan. Even though traditionally the Ku Klux Klan has been more associated with Democrats. You wouldn't do that. But with black men, we do that. We start finding, black men start, even with Diddy. Niggas want to blame, oh, you see what happened to Cassie? Black men, you need to hold other black men accountable. Even though there was motherfuckers that did try to check Diddy. What happens is no other group deals with that shit. Not to the level we deal with it. So I'm really genuinely curious. When you say they have they need, what is proactive responsibility? I want to know what that actually means. Maybe a few big creators can make videos saying they'd assist with an investigation of this PDF guy. Just some what okay. Okay. Why would you assume Floyd did not have a big channel? Why would you assume? See, if you're saying you're going to assist with an investigation, you're admitting you have an association with him. If you have never met this man, seen this man, the only connection you have, because remember, Floyd said he was not a passport bro. People showed that video too. Floyd disavowed passport bros. But see, that don't count. Just like how we all don't know Austin. We know Austin, it's like in the manosphere. Like imagine if O'Shea did some shit illegal in Uganda. So now we gotta assist with an investigation. How does that make sense? The only connection a lot of these niggas have is that they use the same hashtag. So what happens is you're sitting here. Remember, everybody don't go to Brazil. Jay Rello was in Kenya. So you have to believe in the idea that black men are just bad and doing bad shit. And you have to believe that black men are being allowed to do illegal shit. That black men are going into these countries and doing illegal shit from America. Do you understand how many things you got to believe to get to that point? And that's the problem. That's fucking prejudice in and of itself. Nobody deals with that type of shit. Like, you can't show me any situation where black women or any other like when white boys, there is damn near a school shooting every other day. But shit, let there be a couple of black gangs and we all gangbangers. So when niggas talking about PR, for what? And here's the other thing I'm gonna say. Why? What is the benefit? Where, like, people act like Passport Bros is this organization, like a church organization that's getting money from people. Like, we're raising money, raising donations. Like you all are talking about, like, Black Lives Matter actually had an organization behind it that was funding money. Passport Bros don't have that. Y'all are holding this shit more accountable than those bitches. Those bitches actually had motherfuckers that were being funded. They had chapters. Passport Bros ain't got. Passport Bros is some niggas on YouTube and some commenters. That's what it is. It's almost like any white content, let's say like a white content creator like Miss Kiff, or pick a white content creator that got caught up. It is literally like making, like, all these people literally be having YouTube groups. They be literally having YouTube organizations that actually they are legally organized through. Even Lead Attorney was a part of one. And he had to get up from under that, from what I'm to understand. Passport Bros doesn't have that. There is no legal entity or any entity like that. There is no meetup. Hell, even the Manosphere has had Manosphere meetups. Has had like 3. Passport Bros never had that. Hell, the older travel dudes with Charles Tyler were way more connected than that. They were way more intertwined. We actually met each other. We actually had actual events. Passport Bros has never had that. Passport Bros is a popular hashtag that people use in order to produce YouTube channels. That is it. And that is it. But it's being treated like it's a real organization. And the reason it is because people want to believe that. Y'all treating Passport Bros like Passport Bros is the mafia. Y'all are treating Passport Bros like this shit is the mafia. And I'm not arguing nobody covering it. But the reason why Passport Bros is always, because everything gets, like, really think. Okay, so I'm gonna prove it. We're gonna backtrack and see how far we can backtrack. Give me the last situation. I already know what you're gonna say. Give me the last situation. This is not just a him. Any of y'all, give me the last situation other than this situation that had Passport Bros look bad. Because apparently Passport Bros is doing all this shit. Really what it is that motherfuckers keep having Passport Bros name in their mouth and saying negative shit about it. And so now you assume it must be bad because people are talking bad about it. Well, that's the same thing with interracial dating. But you don't hear black men coming at black women for interracial dating, do you? But you always hear this negative connotation with black men dating interracial. Why? Because it makes the women mad. But let's do a thought experiment. Because I'm about to wrap this up. What's the last situation that made Passport Bros look bad? It's barely any Passport Bro group chats. Most of the discords that discords are behind these channels. Their channels don't even have motion like that. But that's not a legal thing, you know. And again, only black men deal. No other group deals with that to the level. Like, the only closest thing you got is this Epstein shit. That's the closest thing. Give me Give me the last thing that got Passport Bros in trouble. He said, didn't something happen in Colombia recently? I forgot what happened. I know it was in Colombia. Okay, but my point is, you keep saying something. What is like? That's the last thing is something happened. Passport Bros. I mean, you can't even tell me the last thing. And again, you do realize these are not the same people. You do realize this is not a fraternity. Like, could you imagine if any organization had a top-down accountability? Could you imagine if a corporation had this kind of accountability for any individual? Now the whole corporation is bad. Like, I really need y'all to really explain to me how this shit happens with anybody else. I can't stand that wicked shit. I swear to God, if they make that bitch Storm, I will not. I probably won't see another Marvel movie. I'm dead ass. The main three that causing all the trouble in the travel space said they weren't. That's true. That's absolutely true. Austin, Floyd. Yep, that's absolutely true. Niggas can't even articulate to you that they like. I can give you the last thing. Like, we can give you shit with the bitches that blew up in their face. Niggas remember the roast shit with the brick lady. Niggas remember this guy in these pop princess. But when it come to our shit, niggas can't even articulate. What's the last thing? I said it. What, Jay Rello? That was the last big thing. That was in Kenya. That was just him saying these bitches are ugly, and he said it on camera. Y'all act like that's a diplomatic incident. What else? The Austin situation, that happened a couple of years. That's like 2 years old now. Almost 2 years old. What, Austin? And that wasn't illegal. Yeah. Those two things weren't illegal. Austin was asking women questions you could kind of say were inappropriate, but I mean, it'd be racy here, but it wouldn't even be a big deal here. Would you kiss me? Oh my God. And then Jay Rello said, these hoes are ugly. In Africa. That's it. And then you had news of people. Then you had news of 3 people that died. That's it. Now you see how all that shit just gets amplified? Like, it's like some huge shit. Now you got bitches. You got a bitch that died in Charlotte, North Carolina, that went to Mexico, that she literally went there. They had some kind of fight. There was video involved, or she was fighting somebody, broke her spine or something, died. They not investigating. I think some of them got arrested, by the way. Don't nobody talk about that. That's not a big deal. You got bitches dying in Gambia, like 3 or 4 bitches that in different incidents died in Gambia. They were murdered. Nobody talks about it. You got bitches that are not getting up from the table in Dominican Republic. Nobody mentions it. You got situations where they have to announce in the news, and in the hotels are not outpatient because so many bitches were going to get bullshit ass BBL work with non-certified doctors in the DR. Nobody talks about that. There's no videos about that. Or if the videos they're flyby. That was like in the last like a year and a half. That's not even old. I could go back with COVID and bitches getting STDs. But what happens is everything with black men gets amplified. It's just like with Shadur Sanders. Everything gets amplified. Shadur is being held to a standard that other rookie quarterbacks are never held to. Despite him not even being given real. Like, this is what I'm talking about. He said, yeah, and I can name more. What happened with Ari Lennox getting caught up? Now, to be fair, I could bring up what happened with Chris Brown. Oh, Chris Brown's a passport bro now. The point though is it's not about the specifics. The common theme is black men. That's the common theme. Because when you gotta reach like that and say, well, I don't care, that okay, that's racism. That's what the white boys do. It's 13%, 50%. That's exactly what that is. That's racism. It'd be the same thing if niggas are just constantly like bringing up black women. They these bitches, these bitches, these bitches. Women, notice how women don't typically play videos of what black men say, but we always play videos of what they say because we're talking about a specific thing. They just don't like black men in general. That's my point. And my point is, do you understand how oppressing that is? To where as a black man, anything you do is like has this overarching weight to it. Black women don't even deal with that bullshit, not to that degree.
She looks like a light-skinned black girl, basically. Ass, everything.
I'll tell you what.
Don't let the stars hear you say that. Whatever your name is. Because then that means then you should just have a black girl if you want a woman that looks like a black girl.
Ain't nobody talking to Tasha K. Got her a whole African husband. Did Tasha K done put him through it, but he's still there. Ain't nobody talking about Tasha K. Ain't nobody hating on Tasha K. Don't know even shit. Fucking Venus Williams got a whole white man. Venus Williams got a white man making 1.5 million. She could have got a black dude making that. Real talk. Ain't black men kind of did a couple of videos, but black men ain't even really talking about it. But let that shit be a black man doing that. Now motherfuckers using a white terminology. Is it age appropriate? All these ain't nobody talking about is it age appropriate with this old ass white man with a young ass black bitch. Don't nobody talk about that. It don't matter. The point is black men don't be coming at these chicks like that. They don't. We're not in their business. We're not. We're not digging like that. Because we're not threatened. They are threatened. People are judging Tasha K on what Tasha K does. Not on but with us, it's a control thing. And unfortunately, passport bros have this thing where they I don't like shit. Bitches are following niggas. We ain't even talking about the fact these women be coming over here following dudes. See, ain't nobody covering that shit. People ain't covering that. Well, I won't say it's not being covered because some of these people do be covering it, but the issue is it don't become this like big thing. If a white man gets caught up doing what he's doing, you will never hear them try to act like it's all white men doing it. You will never hear them because truth be told, as far as they're concerned, it's like leaving the plantation. What are you niggas doing? You can't be doing nothing productive if you're not on the plantation. That's the exception. Versus white men, it could be a whole bunch of reasons white men are overseas. I went overseas for my job. That's why I was going overseas. That's why I was going overseas. And no, I'm not in the military. But see, that never gets talked about. Black is overseas because of his job. But see, that never gets talked about. And granted, that's a passport bro issue. Passport bro doesn't do a good job really talking about that side of it. Bitches are out here selling box. You got whole it's funny how you'll hear a Anton talk about selling box and all this music that talks about women selling box. You ain't never heard Anton talk shit about Sheer 7. You don't hear her talk about men use like the whole cottage industry about that, but this nigga wanna get angry like he about to ball up his fist and fight somebody. Anton legit looked like he was gonna beat somebody's ass. Like, if you look at the posture he had, I'm like, dude, if you don't stop. Anyway, man, I did a whole damn tune. Boy, this is the old school stream. And I mean, like niggas, like this random ass niggas. It'd be different if this motherfucker had like 15 or 20,000 subs. These niggas be having 2,000 subs. And then people be trying to make it like it's everybody. Stevie No Wonder, you're absolutely right. He didn't. And they only made that a big deal. They only made that shit a big deal because he was black. Them white boys be wilding out. And again, I'm not here to try to enforce how you think, but like the way we cover it here, again, it's expected white people can do that. Or only really white people can call it out. And my thing that be making me laugh talking about that white dude that was covering that video is, why do you care what old white men do? I don't understand that. So are old white men supposed to be dealing with bitches here? There's a lot of shit that goes that, like, you don't see these motherfuckers talking about paternity fraud. They won't bring that up because they'll make the women mad. Anyway, y'all, I said what I said. This is Edward signing off. Peace.